Hello, and welcome back to Cart Creeps. This month, July 2026, we're going to be talking about Final Fantasy VII for the
Ooh.
PlayStation 1. The game came out in 1997, the longest game by far that we've played, and you'll see in a second how that affected the completion rate.
For some of us.
Yeah, for half of us. I'm Ryan, and we also have
Gabriel, the all-knowing fool.
I am Johnny Fantasy.
And I'm Keith. I didn't think of a nickname before we started.
That's why you're the least favorite.
No, I'm no.
That's not what the vote it says.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone always agrees Keith's the best.
If you want to get in on
Liar.
the action and discuss this game or next month's game, which we'll find out here in a couple, probably if we're bringing us an hour or two, go ahead and join our Discord. Check out our Discord. The link will be below, and come talk about the next game of the month or any retro games you want to talk about. Gabe, what else have you been playing this month besides Final Fantasy
Y'all been doing
VII?
some co-op?
I've been playing moving across the fucking country. That's what I've been playing.
Whoa. What game's that for?
Hey, guys, check this out.
Oh, Cowboys fan. Disgusting.
Hey, come on.
Scum of the earth. Those Cowboys fans.
Whoa, he's here. That's
He's
a
gonna kill
video
him.
joke. So if you listen to the podcast, that doesn't make any sense. If you listen to audio only.
For audio listeners, Gabe was in Keith's frame a second ago.
Yeah. I've stolen Gabe's dogs, but he has unfortunately come
The
along
joke
with them.
was I teleported to Keith's house.
How do you do that?
No, I'm actually staying with Keith.
Forever.
No.
For like a week or two.
Nah, I don't want him here that long. I want his dogs here that long, but not him.
Yeah, they're sweethearts. So, because I was moving across the country, all I did was play Final Fantasy VII. So, sorry. Jay, what do you do?
Oopsie.
You were moving too, right?
I was moving. I moved about 15 minutes down the road, so not quite as big a move. But I brought all my furniture with me, so that took more work.
I brought nothing with me but my dogs.
So again, for our video viewers, I have my wall of game behind me. It is much more clear. I'm a fan of the new background. The camera's
Brand new
not looking
setup.
over me, but you know, I'm
I'm
just
going to be honest, it does look better.
Yeah, I'm just distracting from the fact that I did not finish this month's game despite putting 40 hours into it.
Idiot.
But I guess outside of all of that, I played a little bit of Rocket League. New place has some better internet, so been seeing some smoother frames, and that's felt nice. Love
Nice.
me that. Some
Really
car
blasting
soccer.
them balls, huh?
I know
Yeah.
whenever I see Jay on PSN, I know he's playing either Rocket League or
Oh.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
A couple of months
Joking about
ago,
that.
they did like a I guess Epic. They did a SpongeBob collab with Fortnite and Rocket League, and for Rocket League, one of the things you could buy was it's a goal anthem. So when you score a goal, like a song plays, and it's the Band Geek song.
Sweet victory.
Yeah, Sweet
Sweet
Victory.
Victory,
So I'd be hearing that every time I score, and like when we went on an MVP, that song plays. It's pretty
Sweet
good.
victory, yeah.
In a departure from previous months, I actually haven't been playing anything else but Final Fantasy VII, actually.
You have to only play Final Fantasy if you're going to complete it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really take any time with anything else. I was just really focused on Final Fantasy VII. Yeah, I haven't played any fighting games either. This is the longest drought I've gone without playing a fighting game in a while. I'm itching to get back in there.
That means the next time you play a fighting game, everyone else that's been playing fighting games in your absence has gotten like 40 times better. So you just like, you might as well just quit.
No, Keith's been studying. He watches fighting games while he plays. So,
I have fighting game tournaments playing in the background while I'm playing other games. So
it's like a subconscious
He
absorption of knowledge.
Keith has a crazy attention span thing. We used to play tabletop role-playing games together, like online. We would play over Discord and use Owlbear Rodeo, so it's like a virtual tabletop. And every time we played, like Keith would be watching something else while playing, and especially, thankfully, we used to play on Thursdays, And during football season, Jay and Keith would both be watching
Yeah.
football. Thankfully, we moved it to Tuesdays, and then it started to, at least they would just be watching regular TV or
I
something.
want to watch
else.
Other
football
sport.
game. Food.
Yeah.
There's got to be a sport on somewhere.
There's some sports
Yeah.
on. We got to find something. It was funny because I remember talking to you about. Oh yeah, I watch like fighting game tournaments and sometimes stuff like that. And Ryan was like, "Oh yeah, let me." It's like you watching the random Super Bowl from like 10 years ago. It's like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Keith is like that meme where you have like the Zoomer like brain rot like slop where it has to be Subway Surfers playing
Yeah,
in the
Subway
background
Surfers.
while someone's also talking to you, or they won't keep their attention long enough and he'll swipe away. That's how Keith's brain works.
This happened probably.
I will
this
say
this is a fun
has
Keith
happened-
story. Hold on. This is good. This is from this is a Keith story from like 14 or 15 years ago. We were like,
Ooh.
we were at the beach after I guess my graduation, someone's graduation, but we had that big beach trip. You and me were playing
Yeah.
2K. It was like late at night,
Yes.
and I'm fixated on the TV, playing against Keith, and his character just dribbles the ball out of bounds, like clear as day. And I turned around, and this dude is asleep with the controller, just like mid game, like mid play. Never forget
Well,
that.
when I'm comfy, I fall asleep no matter what. Eagle-eyed.
It was a good couch.
viewers it was a good couch. Yeah. Eagle-eyed viewers of the YouTube channel during these episodes, you can notice my eyes are looking over there sometimes. It's because I have something on the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I turned
What's up?
I turned it off.
I did. Yeah. Hey, you should probably turn it off. I get distracted because when the
Yeah.
Hornets were playing, I was definitely watching during the podcast. I was like, oh,
Mm.
whoa.
This guy, so unprofessional.
He doesn't care about anything.
Care about a lot of things.
That's his problem. He cares too much.
Mm-hmm.
About
Hard
too
to
Cares
many
too
things.
much about a billion things.
Yeah. I remember playing GTA 4, the older one, the 2008 one time, and its online version, which was a lot more simplified than obviously what GTA 5 turned into. I was playing with, you guys probably remember him, Evan. I
Yep.
used to play Xbox with him, and he was driving the car. We were both like in a car driving around somewhere, and all of a sudden, like he stops, like he just smashes into something, and he's like, "Sorry, I was texting."
Life imitates art.
Yeah, shout
Art
out to
imitates
Evan,
life.
if you're listening, but you're probably not.
Ryan,
But,
what have you been
that'd be
doing
pretty cool if he
besides
was.
playing Final Fantasy?
So I actually did play some other games this month, but
Oh.
only little light puzzle games because I went on vacation for a week, which is part of the reason why I didn't finish the game.
Yeah, he was so busy having free
Some
time
light
that he
bejeweled
couldn't play.
tree on the beach for $1.
No, I brought my
Keith's recommendation.
the games I brought with me was the Retroid Pocket 3, which is what I was playing Final Fantasy on, and I brought the Mini Flip, the little, I don't have it with me right now, the little pink Mini Flip that I have, and I just put really light puzzle games on it, using MenuEye, which is, I hadn't used it before. I was normally using Onion, so I was trying out MenuEye, and I had like Columns, which is a pretty cool little puzzle game, and I had like Tetris DX, because I'm used to playing Tetris DS, which is got the holds and everything, and it's like a different kind. Like Tetris DX is just Tetris for the Game Boy or NES, just with color swapped, and so there's no holds. So I was like, I should try playing this because I really heavily rely on holds to like, I don't have where to put this, so I would hold it. But it makes me worse at the game because there's no holds. So it was interesting to like play it in a handicapped way, kind of. But I'm still like not very good at that version. I'm pretty good at the DS version.
Also, shout out to Retro Handheld's Game of the Week, which is Columns, but
Yeah.
Ryan wasn't playing it this week. He was playing it last week.
Yeah, I was actually just playing it randomly because I was like, good puzzle games that I haven't played, and it was Columns, which is for Sega Genesis, by the way, or Mega
You ever
Drive.
play Candy Crush?
No.
There's like, my mom plays Candy Crush, and she's on like
I
level
always remember
like
that about
3,000.
Mom.
Yeah.
She loves playing Candy Crush.
I think she's still like grinding those levels.
Taylor's
Yeah.
mom was really big into it.
You should play Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo.
Is that on that
Oh yeah,
on the
yeah,
list?
yeah. That's
No.
just like a.
PlayStation and
Isn't that like a
there's
Bust a Move clone with Street Fighter,
no,
or is
it's
it a different
Puyo
puzzle game?
Puyo with Street Fighter.
Okay. I actually
Mm.
have Bust a Move on there too. Bust a Move is pretty fun. I've played it
Yeah.
before for Game of the Month.
Classic bubble shooter,
Mm.
but game.
Yeah. Kind of hard actually. Pretty hard game. You know, if you're stupid.
Yeah. Like me.
The rest of the month it was spent on trying to beat Final Fantasy, and that definitely did not happen. And I still played for a decent amount of hours, close to 20. I only got to the end of disc 1, which there are 3 today, and I was like, well, there's no point in continuing. That's not going to happen. But we can talk about it a little bit in a little bit. To reiterate the concept, we have our creep wheel. If you're not familiar, there's a bunch of games on it. We spin it at the end of this episode, every game of the month episode, and it tells us what we're playing for the next month. Last month, Final Fantasy VII was not one of our picks. It was actually our buddy Jacob's pick. He's an ultra creep.
Ultra creep.
That was his choice to put on the creep wheel. So we have, we got that was our first viewer suggested game that we played, and of course, by far the longest game.
Yep.
Yeah.
So in addition to that, we also have a new ultra creep, which he goes by Lance, and he has a game to add. So Jacob's game, new game to replace last Final Fantasy VII, is IQ Intelligent Cube, which is a puzzle game for PS1. Looks actually pretty interesting. And
Never heard of that.
I don't think we have any puzzle games currently.
No, we don't. Definitely not.
I actually got that game on that shelf back there.
You really?
Yeah, Intelligence Cube.
Yeah.
Play that one on the original hardware.
Yeah.
Finally, back to it.
Yeah. Lance, his choice was Silent Hill 2 for the PS2, which is our first PS2 game on the list. So
Nice.
actually pretty excited
Nice.
for
Right
if
on.
that one wins.
Mhm.
I don't think this one has tank controls. I think 2 has over the shoulder controls. I think one definitely has tank
One
controls.
has tank,
tried
for
playing
sure.
it before. But we can talk about this month's game, which doesn't have tank controls, but the controls are a little weird, if I'm being honest. Keith, you want to tell us more about this?
Yeah,
This
sure
game?
thing. Why not? Since I beat it, of course. Yeah. Today's
Finally.
month, I beat last month's game too. How dare you? This month's game was Final Fantasy VII. It is developed by Squaresoft at the time. It is now Square Enix. Released in 1997 for the PlayStation 1. At the time, it was the biggest game, most expensive game with the biggest development team. As someone who saw the credits are really long because it's like the biggest development team of at the time. And it's a beast of a game. 3 discs, like Ryan mentioned. Now the discs are it's funny because like 3 discs, there's 3 parts. You end of part 1, end of part 2, and then the ending. Disc 3 is pretty much just like
It's the final
the
battle,
last
basically.
boss,
Yeah.
and that's pretty much it. It's weird how
Wow.
they've kind of split it up.
Yeah, so you get to the end of, well, I was looking it up. You get to the end of disc 1. People say you're like 55% of the way through the story, and then you get to the end of disc 2, and you're like 98% of the way through the story.
Yeah,
And then
right.
from there, it's
You can technically do like all the content all in disc 1. Technically, like before any big changes happen to your part or anything like that. So yeah, you can do everything in disc 1, or like some stuff comes later, like it's introduced later, so you have to do it in disc 2. But like you do, like the content, the disc isn't like content related. Like you can just do everything at once. So it's
Yeah.
more like just like cutscenes and story stuff that gets broken up in the disc, because these
Right.
cutscenes are pretty crazy. Especially when you
Yeah.
think about it
Yeah.
at the time. It's like, oh yeah, this is like you can see the money in it. It's like you can. Just like AAA games of today, like you can see like where they put all the money.
Right.
It's like, okay, you can see where
Hyper realism
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
for 1997.
Right, exactly. So
AAA
we were
games like Final Fantasy VII Remake and Final
Oh, yeah,
Fantasy
exactly.
VII
Yeah,
Rebirth.
true.
Yep. Gabe, what were your thoughts kind of going into the game, I guess, when it was first announced?
I think you're the only one
like
that's
I said,
played it before.
Yeah,
Right?
I played it, and then I have memories of playing it. And then after playing it, I realized, I was talking to Keith about this. I was like, I was pretty young, and I was playing like my cousin's game, and I'm pretty sure what he did is something I would do with like my daughter, which is just stick me in the overworld and let me run around and do fights. So that's my
Mhm.
memory of the game. So I remembered like that stuff. There's things I knew about the game, like spoilers and stuff that I just happened to know about before. So I mean, between that like childhood memory of running around fighting stuff, I don't know. I had like some expectations just based on knowing like it was a JRPG like Golden Sun 2, which I had just finished. But mostly, I don't know. I was excited to play it, just because it consistently hailed as like the best Final Fantasy. Um,
Mhm.
so that's what I expected. I expected to play the best Final Fantasy game. I'd played let's say 15 maybe when it came out, and I wasn't that impressed with it. Um, and had played Kingdom Hearts before, so Kingdom Hearts was kind of what I expected,
Mhm.
except more turn based, which it is. Definitely more turn based than Kingdom Hearts, which is like a hack and slash. But so that was, I mean, that was kind of my expectation going into it. What I really wasn't sure about is like how good or bad it would look, because I knew it was a big game, and so I know a lot of resources have to go in some places, and are which means they're taken out of other places. Which we'll discuss all that later. But I don't know. What were you thinking going into it, Ryan?
Um, so I have never finished a Final Fantasy game. The only other one I ever started or played at all was 10, which is a PS2 title. It was for a RPG of the quarter for retro handhelds, and I started it and I played through it a little bit, and I was like, okay, I understand like kind of the vibe of this. I didn't like it didn't really register with me personally. I think the combat system in that game is different. Like most of the titles, the combat system has changed slightly. Um, and that one seemed actually more linear than this one. Maybe I'm wrong because I didn't get super far into it, but it actually seemed more linear than 7. So I mean, graphically that one was pretty. It looked good. It was especially upscaled. On my it was the Odin 2 Pro at the time. So like I had played other JRPGs. Obviously, the big one is Pokemon, and it's not. This isn't really. You can't really compare it. It's not really the same
Mhm.
kind of thing, but I've had played through Star Ocean's second story. So which is also for it was also for retro handhelds. That was like a game of the month too, not even a game of the quarter. So it was a
Yeah,
long game in a
Golden
month.
Sun was a game of the month. So this isn't even the
Yeah,
first like 30-hour RPG I've completed in a month.
yeah. And so I played that all the way through, and I was expecting it to be similar to that game in terms of because like the real mystery for me for this game was the story, the actual systems, like the materia and all the weapons, all that stuff or whatever. That's cool too, and like people talk about that, but like it's the story is what people are referring to. So I will say that like Star Ocean was a lot felt a lot more anime than this did. It was a lot more less mature actually. This was more mature than I expected it to be for a game that's rated T actually. Um and but yeah, my expectation going in was like I probably won't like it that much because I'm not a JRPG fan. Like I like Dragon Quest. I've played a couple Dragon Quest games. They're different than this. So they have stories, they're not as in depth, and there's not as much focus on the characters like this game. But yeah, I didn't expect to like it, and I liked it, but I did end up liking it more than I thought I would. But overall, I didn't have high hopes going in just because I'm not a JRPG person. But I was hopeful that what people say is the best Final Fantasy game would be worth my time, and we'll talk about how I actually felt about it in a minute. But Jay,
Mhm.
what about you? How did you? What were your expectations going in?
Yeah, you touched on Pokemon, and that is like my entire JRPG history. Really, I mean, I played some other like minor ones. Digimon World 2 and 3 for PS1 are both some JRPGs, but really like outside of those two, and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of Pokemon.
That's not that much. That's not that
No,
much.
but I mean, I played
Yeah.
so much fucking Pokemon, so I've never really touched other JRPGs. But I mean, I was excited once we got Final Fantasy to try a different JRPG. That and just like the iconicness of it. I've never played a Final Fantasy, but like you guys already said, like seven's the most popular one by a lot. And I guess going in, I was excited just for another PS1 world. I love PS1 worlds, the
Mhm.
graphics.
Mm.
Yeah.
I just like the aesthetic of it. And I was excited to see just how big it was because I knew it was,
hmm
it's 3 discs. So like when I finally did get to the open world and you saw like the big map, that was a cool moment. Like seeing old game be huge
hmm
Mhm.
Yeah.
in an effective way. Just
Right.
that knowing worlds could be that big that early,
Yeah.
with enough disc power.
Yeah.
If you throw enough disc at it, everything's possible. I'm kind of like Gabe, or I played Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts. What I would say is like when I when I was have you ever played Final Fantasy before? I've played Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is as close as I've ever gotten to playing Final Fantasy. I played through all the Kingdom Hearts, or 1, 2, 3. Birth by Sleep, and
Dang.
all the other, all the craziness there that goes on with that. And and I played Final Fantasy 14, like I talked about last month, and but which has a bunch of Final Fantasy references that are
How
totally
long is
lost
that
on me.
game?
Well, it's an ongoing live
Oh my
service.
gosh.
It's like the greatest,
It
biggest,
never ends.
world popular, world super famous MMORPG. It's pretty cool. You
Can't
can join
keep up
it
with
up to
all
a
the
free trial.
Why, if it's the
Up to
Final Fantasy, why are we on like Final Fantasy 47?
because when the first one came out, they didn't know if they were going to make another one, so they had to. That's why they called it that. I said that trivia at the end of the last episode, and you're making me repeat it.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah, in
still
the Final
stupid.
Fantasy episode. What did you want to call it? Maybe Final Fantasy?
Maybe more fantasy. Who knows?
It is confusing to a
Final
non-fan
Fantasy?
at first.
Not to mention, this is some fun little trivia. So Final Fantasy 2 is in America, the one for the SNES is actually, or is it the SNES or the regular Nintendo? But 2 is actually 4, and Final Fantasy 3 is actually 6. So that's why it goes Final Fantasy 2, 3, and then just jumps to 7 on PS1.
Oh, okay. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Because Japan they thought we were too stupid to handle the other ones to understand.
Makes
which
sense.
might
Same with
be
Super
fair.
Mario Brothers too. So.
Those Americans don't appreciate our Final Fantasy.
That's why whenever they port over, like Devil May Cry 3, it's like the easy mode is, or the normal mode is the easy mode in Japan, but over here it's like, or like hard mode. It's like it's harder in the Japanese version, whatever, because they think that we're a bunch of dumb
Speaking of
babies.
ways to play
And they're
games,
right.
Keith, how did you play this game?
Yeah.
Well, I kept it, where it belongs, on a Sony system, and I played it on my PS5 because there's a updated release version. The updated release it's got 3 times speed, God mode, basically where your health and magic is always full and your limit's always full, and then you can also turn off
Fucking limit's always full.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
I'm just explaining what is in there, okay?
That's why this guy beat the game.
No.
Write that
That's
down.
why
Write that down.
No, write this down. That's why I beat the game. I'm not even ashamed of it. Like I used it.
And then it also has turn off encounters as well. But
I did not use
Gabe
that.
has
My God.
Gabe's version, the one that he played, because he played a different updated version than I did. So he had actually different bonuses unlocked that I didn't have on my
I had
version.
one more, which was just autosave.
Yeah,
But I don't even know that you don't. Did you check that you don't have it?
Yeah, I checked. It's
Oh, you
literally
went and
just
checked?
those only 3 options I had. It's
I told
weird.
Keith to check because how you activate each one, it's usually clicking the left or right stick and then clicking the left stick, I think left stick turns on 3 times speed, and I think the right one is God mode, and if you click both of them, it's no encounters. And then the autosave you have to turn on in the main menu. So that's why
I didn't.
I
didn't
told
have
Keith
that.
and he's like, I don't know. But I guess
On my main on my
apparently
like
went
start
and
menu,
checked.
it's just new game, continue, additional credits, and special movie, which is a teaser for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Because that's when they released the new one. Because Gabe played on, what did you play on, Gabe?
I played on the Steam Deck.
The Steam Deck version. The Steam version is like an older version of like the re-release
with more features.
It has more features than mine. It's weird.
I also bought it on Steam because it happened to be summer sale when we found out, and it was like $2 or $3, I think.
Yeah, so my version had less kind of, technically less because I couldn't autosave, but I played as close as I could to the original.
Was that ever a pain in the ass for you? Just like the scarcity of save points.
No,
Save points
no.
aren't scarce.
No, I mean they can be pretty generous,
Yeah.
generous with them. But there were some times where I'd go into a dungeon, and I did die a few times where I'd forgotten to save, and I'm like, "Ah, fuck," and it's like, so
Having to
there's
save
happened a
point.
couple of times where I'd like, oh, I'd have to worry about that, but most of the time I was pretty like, because you can always save in the overworld, so I was just every
Yeah.
time before I go into anywhere, I just save before I went in
I
there.
love
So
Yeah,
tents.
that's
I
what I was
love
about
to
to
camp.
say. Is I had save mode turned on, but I actually never used the autosave because what the autosave does is it just creates a save file at certain points. It's not like a save state like when emulating. All it does is I think if you exit a battle in the overworld, it'll autosave after you exit. There's a couple other conditions, but it's not like save stating.
Mhm.
I love the save state.
Yeah.
What original hardware did you play on, Jay?
Yeah, I play it on the original Steam Deck OLED. Yeah, I did it emulate style. I did my own fast forward as well, and I used a
Yeah,
lot of
show
save
everyone your
states.
disc.
It's packed away, but the case is right there.
Yeah, I was about to say, oh yeah, the case is there. Yeah.
But I didn't play it on that. As much as that would have been fun, there's no feasible way to beat that game on native hardware in a month with
Yeah.
like a regular job. We're not famous yet, so I can't do this full time. So I
Yeah.
did play on Steam Deck for the fast forwarding and the save stating for the most part, and I still didn't beat it. But I put 40 hours in. I did a lot of the side stuff, I think, and I did a lot of grinding. So yeah, I'll discuss more of that later.
It's funny with your 3 times, like with your fast forward, it like speeds up the audio as well, right? And
Yes.
so with
Yeah.
It
3
did,
times
yeah,
speed
yeah,
on
yeah.
the emulate on our version,
Yeah.
it just speeds up the movement, but all the
Yeah.
See,
sound
that's
is
nice.
still normal.
Yeah,
that's cool.
The song sounded just as good fast as they did
I'd
regular.
like to put a disclaimer that I told everyone to just buy it on the Steam store, but they didn't listen
I
to
have
me.
no regrets.
So yeah, I also emulated it. I used my
You got
Retroid
it playing
Pocket
right
3.
there. You don't have original
Yeah.
hardware back there?
No, that's a Retroid Pocket 3 plugged into a converter. It's down on it's right
Yeah.
there. I think it's
I
somewhere
can see
around
it.
there.
Yeah.
There's a Retroid Pocket 3 down there, Pocket 3 Plus. I picked that over the Steam Deck just because it's more portable, and I knew I'd have to be taking it with me and playing it as much as
Mhm.
possible, and I still didn't finish it. But my emulator would have been the same as Jay's. Jay probably used DuckStation. That's what I used. And yeah, DuckStation, you can configure the fast forward to be as much
Yep.
or as little as you want. Actually, you can do 500%, 300%. I think I turned mine down to 300. It was defaulted to 500. You could do like 10,000.
It just makes the battles way too fast. I had to turn mine down too, actually.
Yeah.
Because enemies are attacking twice by the time you can react.
Yeah, I did change the battle mode. We discussed
Yeah, I
it
talked
briefly
about
in the
that.
chat. Like you can change it to where they wait for you to. It makes it more turn based, which I did because of the fast forwarding thing.
I didn't know that. I forgot about that.
It
Yeah.
makes it more it makes it more turn based, but if you're just sitting there not making any decisions, they
Yeah.
can still attack multiple times.
Yeah, they still
Like it
will.
doesn't stop their timer. It changes. It will stop it. I think when you're making decisions like who on their side to attack, it's like a few
Yeah.
conditions.
Yeah,
But it's not
that's
like
right.
just completely making it turn based.
Yeah, I believe if you're selecting the move, like attack or magic or whatever, it's paused. But if you hit cancel out of that into the menu where you're, just looking at them, they'll still attack you.
Okay.
Save states. The problem with DuckStation versus playing like RetroArch is DuckStation does not have an undo load or undo save state. I ran into one issue where I lost a bunch of progress because I was fast forwarding through a cutscene. It was the cutscene for the battle mode where you like set up troops. I can't remember the name of the location.
Fort Condor.
Fort Condor.
Fort Condor, yeah. So I got there and I had stopped using regular hard saves, like in-game saves with the memory card. because I was just using save states. So, and then DuckStation also, you can have a save slot. So you could have like 10 slots, but you have to open the menu and pick that's the one I want. Or you can do the autosave, like the quick save, which just overwrites every single time. So I didn't have anything but the singular autosave, and I had autosaved while it was like loading because I was like, or loading that cutscene. I was like, oh, what's going on? Maybe I can like fix it by reloading, resetting the game itself, the console, and just loading into that save. But no, it was like totally frozen. So I had to go back to Shinra HQ. Like I was on like level 64 or something. It wasn't that long. It was at least I knew what I was doing from that point on, which wasn't that much, but it did set me back a little bit.
Yeah.
So I learned my lesson from that. And from that point on, I did hard save every chance I got in the game. And I also made separate save slots for the game.
The real kicker is that you didn't even have to go there.
Yeah.
That's true. I didn't know that at the time.
You have to go there later in the game, but you don't have to go there where he was at.
Yeah, you have to do it once at the end of the game.
Yeah. Because you escape Shinra, you escape Midgar, go through the Mithril mines, and then you see Fort Condor.
I was following a guide, and the guide was like, go to this battle, it gives you stuff. And I was like, okay. But then it's a guide. So guides are always like, here's how you 100%.
You never listen to a JRPG guide about what to do.
Yeah.
You have to okay, I don't need to do that.
But experience otherwise, like the RP3 is it is on the small side. It's basically like a phone with controls slapped on it horizontally. So not a great controls. Like the controls they're not very big. I use R2 for fast forwarding, and I used L3 plus R1 for save states. I save stated a decent amount, but most of the time I didn't need to save state for battles. But we can talk about battles and combat and stuff later. But it wasn't a lot of times where I needed them for that. I usually did it if I was going to go in a direction and then like decide, did I need to go that way? Because now I'm going to run into a random encounter. Because I did, like, unlike you guys that played the actual version of the game, I had full random encounters, I had to play straight, just using
I
save
also
states,
played straight, sir.
No god mode or anything like that.
Something I noticed too with the random encounters is you can't save scum them. Like if you save like in the overworld and you take 7 steps, it doesn't matter how you take those 7 steps. Like if an enemy appears, it will appear.
Right.
And it will always be that set enemy.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I actually didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah. If you entered like a town or something and came back out, that would be different. But yeah, it was already predetermined. I kept running into the pumpkin, like on the bridge, the rope bridge, like pumpkin guy over like that. I had to reload because I was like, did I even need to go this way? And it came back through it again, and it was like, oh yeah, pumpkin guy, whatever.
It's the same one.
I'm still here, boss.
By this point, we have mentioned who's finished and who didn't. Jay and I did not finish. Gabe and Keith finished it today,
Woo-woo.
Not too long before recording time.
Yeah, literally minutes before.
Seconds.
Yeah.
Seconds.
But we can talk about get into the deep dive and talk about all the different parts of the game itself. We can start off with story and structure. You guys know more about this because you finished the game than I do. But generally speaking, the game starts out, it kind of starts small and expands outward. So there's a long time when you're just in Midgar, which is the first area of the game. And I guess the best way to explain it is like there's different, there's like tiers of like zooming in and out, right? There's a battle, obviously, when you're fighting each other. And then there's like the world kind of like, or the rooms kind of thing where you're like running around in an area and there's different like doors lit off of it. And most of the time an area will have random encounters. And then you go outside of like a town, for example. A town is like an area that has doors. You can go into the buildings and stuff, but you leave the town and you're on the overworld map, which also has random encounters where you can save and you're walking around, larger scale. So it's like different scales of what the game is at. And I mean, it works fine. A lot of JRPGs use this like system. Most of the ones I've played that aren't Pokemon, it's the same way. There's like the big map.
Yeah.
And there's like the little area.
It's like dungeon town.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
But as far as the story, the overall story is you're a former soldier, which the company or the group is called Soldier, working for like the Shinra Corporation, which is a slightly, well, it's an evil corporation that's like
Very evil.
exploiting the
Not even slightly,
Overtly
just very
evil.
Yeah.
They love being
exploiting
evil.
the planet's natural resources. So you start out and you're actually in an eco-terrorist group called Avalanche, who is
Mhm.
fighting against Shinra, and it's like a ragtag group of people, and it quickly becomes a lot more complicated. You end up like having flashbacks for your the big bad guy Sephiroth, right? You know, see what you did in earlier stages of the in Cloud's past. You can also rename your characters, which I did,
Yes.
and I think most of us did into
I
stupid
kept all
names.
mine the same.
I kept the original.
So there's 9
Yeah.
characters. I didn't rename 3 of them.
Well, I changed Cloud's name to Max
Yeah,
Power.
Max
I
Power.
kept
Yeah.
I keep that tradition going.
Just hilarious later on when Sephiroth's like, Max Power. Max Power.
I only renamed myself and Barrett. And then as after that, I was like, okay, I don't want to think of a bunch of names, so I left everyone else to be the same. But Cloud for me was Spoink.
Our hero.
Cloud for me was Creepo.
Creepo, yeah. And I named Barrett Fartward. And then I felt kind of dumb after that one because I kept having to see it
Fartward.
over and over and over again because
I
it
named
says it every time someone starts speaking. It says their name in the top. So it was like
Yeah.
Fartward.
You'll never forget it.
The one I'm
Mhm.
really proud of is there's a cat robot, and Keith helped me
Yeah.
with this one, and because I went to name him Chat GPT, and then Keith said Cat GPT.
Yeah.
Bam,
So
right there.
I was like, oh yeah, that's it.
Jay didn't get to this part, but that character ends up being evil. Double crosses you. It's a
Mhm.
spy. At least in
Yep.
the first.
Well, you
as far
didn't
as I
get
got
to
in the
this
game.
part, but he
Jay has-
turns a new leaf.
Jay
Yeah.
has seen him before, but Jay doesn't know which one he is.
Yeah. I don't remember specifically which character he because they explain it. Kate Sith, right? That's the cat guy's name.
Yeah.
Explains who he is, but I can't remember which character it was. But yeah, you guys want to talk about the story more? I mean, I don't know. It doesn't matter if we spoil it but it's very long. Obviously, it's according to How Long to Beat on average, it's a 47 and a half hour long game. I think you guys took less than that, but
Yeah. I took under
I don't-
30
I don't
hours.
remember what my final time was, actually, but
basically the story is you're chasing Sephiroth for the whole time.
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, Sephiroth wants to basically kill everyone on the planet so he can absorb all their souls and become a god. That's like
Mhm.
basically it. I mean, that's a very simplified version.
To me, from what I did play, it felt which again was only the first disc, so that gets to the end of where, spoiler alert, Aerith is killed by
What?
Sephiroth or Eris if you're using the original translation name. Yeah, I played to that, and the story feels like it feels very anime. It feels like an anime story, which makes sense. It's a Japanese,
Yeah.
it's a JRPG. So if you're into that, you'll probably like it. To me, well, this is the story part, so we're talking about if we like the story or not. I liked what I had played, and it surprised me in like I said before, the adultness of it. There's like a decapitated head of Sephiroth's mother, like being used to power like these Genova, or sorry, is it Genova? Is that
Well,
that's her name?
Genova, that's okay. So, oh, Ryan, you have no idea what you're talking
You
about.
simple child.
The decapitated head is of an ancient alien creature that landed on the Earth thousands of years ago. So the
Right.
cells were injected into a baby Sephiroth who was
Mhm.
he was born to a normal woman, but he
So
was
it's
just
a
injected
Jesus
with.
thing, but like
In utero.
really fucked up.
He's just a baby.
Well, he's got a father too. So like it's
Well, no, he has
no,
he has a father as well.
Yeah.
His father's Hojo, the crazy scientist
Yeah.
that you meet.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler. That is kind of a spoiler because you find it out right at the end.
You don't find out until the end.
Yeah.
Right to the end. But yeah, so his father was Hojo, was a crazy scientist. A lot of the wacky things that happen throughout the game is like, oh, why did why did he do that? It's because
his
Hojo's
fault.
crazy.
Okay.
He's
That's
insane.
why. Why would Hojo do something like that? Hojo's crazy. That's it. So he had a baby with this woman, with another researcher who was actually related to Vincent's backstory. Vincent's an optional character you could also get, but and then he took Genova's cells and basically injected it into the baby. And soldiers are all basically, they're the super soldiers of the Shinra Corporation. What separates them is that they are all injected with Genova cells also.
Mhm.
So they're experimented on. And then some of them make it, some of them don't, and then that's why they also, when you're talking with people with Cloud or Max Power in my story,
Yeah.
a lot of people say, "Oh, I can see it in your eyes. You're from Soldier." It's because their
Yeah.
eyes shine a bit differently than everyone else's because they've been infused with. You think it's Mako, but it's actually Genova cells.
Is it Mako or is it Mako? In my mind, it was Mako, but
think
Mako makes
think
sense.
it's Mako. I've heard it said.
Yeah. Well,
Here's another
that's the
fun
big juice,
spoiler.
the Earth juice they want to steal. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, is it? Because wait,
Mako
Mako
energy.
is condensed into materia. That's what I
It
was
turns
thinking
into
Yes.
of.
materia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Here's the other big spoiler of the story. Cloud is not who he thinks he is,
hmm
which is a very
Cloud is
interesting
not
twist.
a soldier. He
Yeah.
thinks he is.
Yeah.
He tells you that at the
He
beginning.
was injected with Genova
Mhm.
cells,
Whenever he
but
introduces himself, he always say Cloud, ex-soldier, first class. Turns out he wasn't soldier. He was
Gabe, say
actually
liar real quick.
liar.
Yeah, that's Cloud.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, it's like a mix of
He's
like
it's not really lying. He
PTSD and like
thinks he is. Yeah.
yeah. But
He's
Mhm.
got
then you
like
learn later
yeah.
who the actual soldier was. It's a guy named Zach. Zach's pretty cool. He has his own game called Crisis Core. That's a whole thing. We learn what happened to him, and then yeah. So it's a fun little story.
I
Fun
know
little twist
Zach.
actually.
I think all of you went through
Dramatic.
Cloud's
Mm.
backstory, right?
In Nibelheim.
Yes.
Yeah, Nibelheim.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. So everything you see there, you go through that backstory like 3 different times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And the first time you do is Cloud's telling of it, and then you find
Mhm.
out the truth of it all, but it's being presented as Sephiroth is messing with Cloud's memories, and then you finally find out, no, this actually is the truth of it all.
Okay.
True.
Yeah.
True.
The
I
true
remember,
true.
you go through the first initial flashback, and then you show up to the town later in the story, and you're like, and then Barrett's like, you said it was like burned down like 5 years ago or
Well, that's
something.
another interesting thing is
And
that
then I was like, is Cloud like now? Cloud, I was in my head, I was like, Cloud's an unreliable narrator now,
He
and
is,
apparently
yeah.
he is.
Right.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
Yep, exactly. Yes,
well,
yes.
it's not just that Shinra rebuilt the town also.
Okay.
So,
To hide the fact that
yeah.
one of their soldiers went crazy and
Yeah.
messed up the reactor too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burned down their town.
In that first flashback, when you're Cloud, if you go and interact in all the houses, you can go in Tifa's house, and she'll be
Yeah.
like, as you're telling the story, did you go in my house? And you can be like, yeah. And
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, did you go in my room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
did
just said
that.
yes to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did it.
Yeah. Did you play the piano?
Then you can like read her diary. She's like,
Yeah.
Cloud, you didn't. And he's like, I did.
There's another house you can go to with Barrett, and then Barrett's like, "Man, none of this matters. Get back to the story."
It's also funny because everything you do in Tifa's room later on in the story, when he's like having that second, like where Sephiroth is messing with his head, he'll repeat all of the things you did do, and if you don't do them, he won't like say it. Like he'll say like, "I went into your house. I went into your room. I played the piano." But if you like didn't do those things, he won't say it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
So
guys do the panty raid too?
I
Tifa's room?
I chickened out. I didn't do it.
Oh, yeah. You just open the dresser and it's orthopedic underwear.
Yeah.
No, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
Once I saw her giving me like dialogue for interacting with her room, I was like, I gotta touch everything in this room.
Yeah.
The panty raid.
The panty raid. SpongeBob reference.
Hell yeah, there's
They're
another one.
everywhere.
But I don't know.
Everywhere
The
with eyes to
story,
see.
yeah, the story has a lot of good twists and turns. I don't know. I like the story a lot. I think it's great. A lot of
It's yeah, it's
a lot of the
amazing.
reason I wanted to finish the game on time was simply because I wanted to see like how this concluded. I wanted to get to the end and like see the whole story, which is why I did like I cheated. I used God mode, and 3 times speed to like speed things up some. But that's mostly because I wanted to get to the end of the story, and I'd be really interested in going back and doing side quests and stuff just to also experience the gameplay. So
Yeah. Gabe can vouch for me. I didn't use God mode on the final boss. So
yeah, I did, and there's no way I would have beat the final boss in time
just
without
letting you know.
that.
Just letting
Like,
you know. I didn't cheat in the final boss.
Yeah. Well, Gabe's a liar too, so
I finished the game.
I can't trust that.
Yeah. No, I finished the game and then I went over and to watch Keith because I was like, I want to see the final boss done without like any sort of like nonsense like that. And it was intense. I was like yelling
It
at him
was.
to do stuff.
It really was like,
sometimes.
oh god.
It's like you gotta heal. You gotta heal.
And yeah, it's like, it's an incredible story. Like you always hear, like, this is a great story. I'm like, oh, okay. It's like, is it? I'm like, oh yeah, it really is.
Yeah,
And like
it's
the
pretty good.
moments like really hit me. And like, learning about like the moment of you learn like why Cloud wanted to become a soldier in the first place, and like the reasoning of like all that, his backstory and stuff like that, him and Tifa's backstory, and how it's important, how connected they are, and like, and fuck, he kept his promise. Holy shit, he was there. Like fuck yeah, like
Yeah.
fuck yeah. It's like yeah, fuck. It's like it's so and like it really hits you, and like you really connect, and like fuck, and it all comes together, and you kill the bad guy at the end. Spoiler alert.
Get out of here. But he's a fighter on Smash. He can't be dead.
It's so funny. It's
He's
so
a
funny.
secret boss in Kingdom Hearts.
I told Gabe, this is his final Smash. He did that in Super
Yeah,
Smash
yeah.
Bros. Ultimate. And this is
Yeah.
this is what his stage is doing at the background of Smash.
He has this his like ultimate move is really funny just because it like creates this seal and then you see this beam coming through the solar system and it like will name the planets and it'll be like Pluto and then the beam will go through it and like blow it up and it's like blowing up every planet in the solar system and there's like math equations floating around. It's really funny. But I was like, this is awesome.
It's such a long cutscene too. So
Yeah,
like,
it's really long.
and it's a really long boss fight. So like you'll see
Yeah.
it multiple times. So
Yeah.
thank God you have to fast forward. So.
Yeah, he'll do it
Yeah.
a few times on you.
When we talk about the art and the sound and the atmosphere, it does have that classic PS1 game feel. It has the fixed backgrounds
Mhm.
and like they're all really good. They're all like they're more gritty than I expected them to be because like I said, I didn't know anything about the game going forward or going into it. They're gritty, they're dirty. Like the character
Yeah.
models are something we can talk about in a second, but like the visually, the all the art for the towns and the backgrounds and stuff, really good actually. Even especially when you get to the fancy, temple areas and the caves. Caves can be kind of confusing because there's like things you got to walk under and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've heard this is one of those games that the art looks really good on a CRT.
Mm-hmm.
So-
I believe that.
Yeah.
It's so funny also going from like Resident Evil 2, which came out next year and the year after this, to this, and it's like it's a similar kind of thing of pixelated or kind of character model here moving around on a big kind of pre-rendered background. But you see how detailed the models are in Resident Evil compared to this, how you're moving in the world, because if they took like a Resident Evil model and like put that on the big ass areas that you have that you're walking through in Final Fantasy VII, like this game would need like 7 discs to make all that work.
Yeah.
It's like it's really funny how like Resident Evil does it in a more condensed way, but like a similar thing of pre-rendered character or moving on a pre-rendered background, because like the maps are like Ryan mentioned before, is like maps are huge, rooms are huge. Like you're going up a mountain and like or going across a long ass bridge on this mountain. It's like they don't cut it off like halfway. Like no, you are walking your ass all the way.
Yeah, across
Across
the
that
whole
So
room
you're a
bridge.
dot
Yeah.
on the screen.
Right, exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Which I really love the
Yeah.
fast camera. Like
And they
It's
and they
just
even
really
gave
good
you
art.
like a and they even gave you like a button that you could press because to point out
See
where
the
you
doors.
are
Yeah.
on the map and
Yeah,
where the doors
which
are,
I
because
used.
like
Yeah,
it's so
I
big
love
that
that.
you can
Yeah.
easily lose yourself in the art, and it's really incredible
Yeah.
how they did
Yeah.
I use that the whole time.
it. Mhm.
Yeah, I had it on the
Yeah.
entire time.
Yeah.
It also helps with like finding like doors and stuff.
Yeah.
and
You
ladders
know?
too, and
Yeah,
stuff you
yeah.
can climb.
Doors
Yeah.
and ladders.
Yeah.
So I always had it on because I was like, I already had enough trouble trying to figure out where, like let's say you're going down a path and like it can be there's like a boulder at the start of the path or something, and you're trying to find out, okay, where exactly do I need to be to go? I know I'm supposed to be somewhere around here. I know the path starts somewhere, but I can't see it exactly, and
Yeah.
Mhm.
so like I have to wiggle around and then you find it.
Mhm.
So I was like, I'm already struggling with that. I don't need to struggle to figure out where I'm supposed to exit the screen.
I thought they were really good about when you enter one area to the other with like multiple entrances, like when you're scaling that mountain
Mhm.
it's kind of a maze. And you have to go to one screen, like then go down another two, and then go right, and then you're at the mountain again in the right way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I thought that world design was pretty good for, the fixed screen limitation. To be able to design a puzzle in that way using the
Mhm.
world that you're traversing is pretty good for the PS1.
I like the overworld map too. It's a good look.
Yeah.
It looks good. It's not the
Mhm.
textures are not that bad. They're kind of ugly right around Midgar where you come out, but everywhere else is like pretty nice looking.
Mhm.
And you're just, your 3D representation of your party as your Cloud, the like chibi version of the
Yeah.
characters, which I personally don't like, but I get we talked about it and Keith just mentioned it, like the hardware limitations of making the models look different for larger
Mhm.
areas.
Yeah.
It's probably wasn't possible because like the models in the battle scenes look really good. You just don't see them very much. You don't,
Mhm.
there are also pre-rendered CGI scenes a number of times throughout the game, and
Mhm.
those look good. But they look like old CGI, but they still look pretty good. But I like the battle scenes, are actually like really good. Battles themselves with all the effects of magic. There's a trillion of them. There's like trillions of different magical effects that are going on
Mhm.
in just one battle. There's you're using fire, using ice, using all this stuff. The enemies got their own specific like effects,
Yeah.
or whatever magic they're using on you.
Using
Like the battle,
summons is like a whole
yeah, the
big
summons,
cutscene
Yeah.
in itself.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which thankfully there's fast forward because the summon cutscenes are long.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh! Even in the
Really
fast
long.
forward, it takes a
Especially
minute.
the higher level summons are like, yeah, they get crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bahamut
Like I had-
Zero
Yeah.
Yeah, I
flying
had
in,
a-
No, that's
flying in
cinema.
from around the moon to blast
Yeah.
a crater into
Every
the earth.
time.
Yeah.
Do you have
I
to fly
remember-
around the moon every single time, dude?
Can't you just stay there and blast?
I'm summoning you here.
Odin,
Don't go
the
up there.
Odin one, and I was like, this one's really long. Like he rides
is.
in,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then he
And then
stops, and then
throws
he
up the
throws a
spear.
spear, and then the spear
Yeah.
goes up in the air, and then it comes down. I'm like, this is like 45 seconds. I mean, it's probably not, but it feels like it. It's
Yeah.
like just fast
And the
forwarding
enemy
through that
just
the whole
stares
time.
at it the whole time.
Yeah.
This might
Well, it's
hurt.
distracting because all the clouds separate and
Mhm.
Yeah, the
spirit
cloud
comes
separate
back
is a
down.
big ring. That,
Mm,
yeah.
It's so funny. I couldn't even like imagine because like I just forgot. Oh yeah, you can't just 3 times speed this. So like you have to just like every time you gotta sit and watch this every time you
Yeah.
do
That's why
it.
the game takes
Raw
so long.
dogging it at one time
Yeah.
speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, playing it on original hardware, you had to sit through all the summons every single time. That'd
Even
be crazy.
just the intro battle animation takes so
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
Unlike
Yeah.
times one. Maybe we're just spoiled now. I think we're
Yeah.
spoiled.
Going back to like because like I turn on 3 times speed like kind of intermittently, like turn it off and then
That's what I do.
move
Yeah.
normally. But like
I would turn it off
like-
for battles.
I'm like, fuck this.
Really?
You move.
Yeah.
You move kind of slow, or am I just going crazy?
And the world's so big. It's a lot
Yeah.
of walking with
Yeah.
random encounters in between.
Yeah. On the world map, I had to have 3 times speed on. I couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had it mapped to my right
Mhm.
trigger, but like it wasn't toggle, it was hold. So every time I was holding it, it would fast forward. So I could easily like let it go. So in battles that I'm just like attacking, not doing anything crazy, I would just be holding it and pressing A at the same time. Same thing with dialogue.
Mhm.
In the overworld, that didn't work because our right trigger changes the reference point of the camera.
Oh, yep, yep.
So it like I'd be rolling off to the wrong direction when I'm trying to walk. So I couldn't. In overworld, I actually had to go normal speed.
Jay, did you know there's a map in the overworld?
I did, and if you press select twice, it transparents it.
Yeah,
Full
it's,
screen
really,
over
it's
top of
actually
you.
really good.
There you
I mean,
go.
that's more of a gameplay thing.
Fun
but
fact:
like
I don't know
yeah.
which game came out first, but Digimon World 2 did that too.
Oh, nice.
It was a small screen. I had the smallest screen of anybody here
Mhm.
for sure. Like mine was a phone screen.
Mhm.
So there were times, especially with the world map, I was like, I
Yeah.
can't. I don't know. And then thankfully you have an arrow, like a view cone for yourself.
Yeah.
Like that. Without that, I would be totally lost because like I
Mhm.
could not. I didn't know. It's too small. I didn't know I could see where
It
I
was
at.
really,
Mhm.
really fun for me. Like in the overworld, like you know how on the map the cities are just dots, and then you get to the city and it's just like a little house like it's a couple
Mhm.
houses. It was
Yes,
just always
yep.
really fun to me getting to a new city, hitting the load screen, and just like seeing what it looked like. I
Yeah.
loved like getting to all the new towns and like getting that magnifying glass into the world from the overworld.
But yeah.
All the towns are very unique looking
Uh-huh.
too.
Mhm.
Like even the ones, there's lots of ones that are kind of just little towns that you don't go to for very long, but they all are unique enough that I can recognize that they're not. This one is this one, and this one is this one. Especially also there's the Golden Saucer,
Oh, yeah.
which is kind of ridiculous looking in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got there and I was like, oh my god, do I have to like how long do I have to stay here? Apparently you have to go back
You do
again
go
multiple
back.
times.
Huh.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know about this place because it's like every single room of the Golden Saucer has like every door to every other
Yeah.
room in the
Yeah.
Golden Saucer, and they're
Yeah.
all different looking. And I'm like, this is like insane, like to look at. Like I don't
Yeah,
want
right.
to.
It's
Who
a
would
theme
come
park.
here?
It's a theme park. Yeah, there's a ghost hotel and there's ghosts in it. And I was like,
Mhm.
what is that?
You
Yeah,
gotta
that's
pay
another
to
thing.
save.
Oh yeah.
That's some good theme park humor.
Yeah.
On a note of the towns, they also have each of them have a lot of character. Like a lot,
Mhm.
they're like each town has
Rocket
some kind of
Town.
story, like some
Mhm,
kind of
right.
unique
Yeah.
theme to it. Yeah, Cosmo Canyon.
Hmm.
I really appreciated that too.
Mhm.
I don't know, like going to like Barrett's hometown and it's like completely destroyed
Hmm.
because of like bullshit Shinra did.
Yeah.
It's
And it's always good. It's also like if if you didn't have a guide going through this, what they expected you is just you go to a town and
yeah,
just talk to people.
That's what
yeah,
I did. I
yeah.
didn't
More
I didn't
often,
guide
yeah, more often than
for
not, like you
story.
just talk to just any random person, any random town. They'll just tell you what's going on, what you need to do, where you need to
Yeah,
go.
they're very helpful with that. Or they'll just like give you like a new weapon for a character. Like
Yeah,
Hmm.
I talked to a random dude in a random town and he gave me a cloud weapon and it was like, whoa.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, the game does reward you for exploring, and they give you
Mhm.
more and more options on how to explore. You get a buggy, you get a
Yeah.
boat, you
I did
get
think
a
that natural
plane.
progression to like let you
Mhm,
reach more part like they locked off some of
mhm.
the overworld at
Yeah.
first and then
Right,
you get to
exactly.
it later. Like they did
Yeah.
that in a good way.
You guys didn't get to this, but eventually you get an airship and you can just fly around the whole map, and
Nice.
Yeah.
it's
Nice.
so much
And
fun to just fly in the airship. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
You get random air encounters.
no,
you
actually, yeah.
don't.
It's
That'd be funny.
You get a
An
submarine too.
airplane that
yeah.
eats you and throws anvils at you.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. The monsters, because this is kind of art related. All
Mm.
the random monsters in this game are entirely they're ridiculous. Like I have no context of the Final Fantasy universe, and obviously each one is different. But I'm like, we were talking about this earlier. I'm in the train graveyard in Midgar, right?
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, I'm fighting like a robot motorcycle with a skull on it, and then there's
Yeah.
a house that's
Yeah.
trying to eat you.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this game?
But then there's also like just dragons and griffins.
Yeah,
Regular
It's like
zombie.
such a crazy
Yeah.
There are a lot of
tentacle
monster crossover. Like like
Mhm.
in Dragon Quest, there's a slime in every Dragon Quest.
Yeah,
There are monsters that do crossover for each game.
I've heard that. Yeah, it's
Even
like similar.
some like big monsters, like big boss monsters, also cross over to each game. So it is, but yeah, it is funny seeing like the wide range of just different random shit you
A
see.
lot of the
It's
summons
like
are crossovers too, right?
all the summons are
yeah.
they're in every game as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that that's like a constant. That's one of the
So
only
that's what
constants
makes the
through
game
the series.
similar.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's the
Yeah.
it's the monsters
Stuff like
and
that.
the summons and stuff.
There's all the summons are there. There's always chocobos,
Yeah.
and there's
Mhm, mhm.
almost
Always
always a
Sid.
Sid.
Yeah.
Almost always a Sid. Yeah. Mhm.
Actually, something that surprised me was just because because of Kingdom Hearts, I know some like Final Fantasy stuff, and I thought the spells would be the same as
Mhm.
Kingdom Heart, like like Thundera and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I thought like a lot of the, but it was just like Fire 1, Fire 2, Fire 3. So
Mhm.
Did you guys mess with any of the spell combinations like fusing like you could
Yeah,
fuse all to fire
yeah,
yeah,
Yes.
and
So
then
you
you
hit
would
everyone.
hit all it would
yeah.
do hit all the
yeah. We'll
I
talk
enemies.
did.
about we can talk about materia in a little bit because that's a pretty big like section of the game.
Whole other subsection, whole other system in the
Yeah.
game.
Before we
Yeah.
move on from art and stuff, let's talk about the sound
Well, yeah,
and
for sure, because the sound's amazing.
yeah, specifically music. The music. I mean, there's sound effects and stuff. Every like attack I think has its own individual sound effect, like different spells and stuff. But like the
Mm.
music is the main thing of
Yeah.
these games. Like Final Fantasy is pretty well known for its music, and it's inspired like lots of artists even to make music
Mhm.
and people to make music because of Final Fantasy. I believe the composer, his name is Nobuo. He did the game music from a lot of these earlier games and a couple more of the 3D ones beyond this one. And yeah, I mean, I didn't hear the music all the time because I was fast forwarding or I had the game mostly muted. But like what I did hear, I was like, yeah, this is good. There's
Yeah.
some,
Mhm.
except for
Did you at least hear like Sephiroth's theme?
I think I'm sure I did. Yeah.
It's like the
I don't like the
womp
theme.
womp womp
Mhm.
womp. It's,
Mhm.
it's
Yeah,
so good.
evil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really does get like he's like this eerie presence throughout the game, and every time he
Yeah.
shows up, that music plays, and you're just like, "Ugh, this guy's
Yeah.
bad news."
Mhm.
The
Oh,
the
the gold
golden
saucer.
saucer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That music made me. It was annoying. I did not like
Oh
the golden
yeah,
saucer music.
Carnival, man.
Yeah.
We're having
Very
theme
fun.
park.
repetitive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Look at all the colors.
Imagine if you go to Disney World and they're just blasting the Mickey Mouse theme song, which is
or like
24/7.
it's a
Which
small
one
I
of the
hate it
world.
Kingdom Hearts
here.
Birth by
Yeah.
Sleep. One of the worlds is just the Mickey Mouse theme song over and over, and that was really
Mhm.
annoying.
It's a small world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mickey Mouse
Um,
Clubhouse theme song
the
that I've heard a trillion times.
there's like a little jingle after you rest too that I liked a lot. All the music really does a great job of just setting the mood for anything you're doing at any given point.
Mm. Yeah,
Like, I mean, I'm not like a huge fan of the Golden Salsa like music or anything, but I did think
as
it
a
did a good
concept.
job of yeah. I thought it did a great job of making you feel like you're at a crazy theme park that's fucking what miles above
Yeah, you got to take a
the
cable car
desert.
all the way up
Yeah,
there to get there. Yeah,
So
yeah,
dystopian.
yeah, right.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Themes, ladies
You
and
get all
gentlemen,
that way and
themes.
then you still got to pay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. 3,000 or
But the bus is free.
30,000.
You don't got to pay for the trolley.
the boss music, even like its regular bosses, and then the Genova boss music, I always thought was
Oh yeah.
really, really great. And then Sephiroth's final theme is also just
Yeah.
iconic. Piece of
Sephiroth!
piece of business there. And yeah, even stuff like Earth's theme is also really good because which plays after she dies, and it's just like, man,
Yeah.
this is
Wait, she
incredible.
dies?
Yeah.
Oh
Wait,
yeah,
what?
yeah. Oopsie.
Yeah. So we've talked about this a little bit in passing, just here and there, but we'll get into specifically the core gameplay, like the actual gameplay loop, not the story side. First thing I want to talk about is the movement, and I don't know if any of you guys had this problem, but anytime like I'm in a zone, like a room or a town or whatever, and I'm trying to drive myself into a place, right? It's especially bad in caves. It's like I'm trying to go this direction. It's just not letting me. I like bump into the wall a bunch, or I try to turn and it's like not working. I don't know if that happened to you guys, but it happened to me a lot.
Sometimes I turn a direction, and I think it's like the camera. I don't know if it's like a camera thing or but like when I'm hitting the D-pad to go a certain direction, I'm expecting it to go one way, and I actually like turn a completely
Mm-hmm.
different way. So I think it was like a
Right.
camera position type thing. So it did make things kind of frustrating sometimes because I was like, I'm trying to go this way, go this way, but like,
I just
yeah,
want to
Yeah,
go
I'm like
this way.
bumping
right,
into a wall, trying to get into a door.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then, like, you're doing that on top of random encounters.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
frustrating sometimes.
I can't tell you how many times I was like almost out of a fucking room and like I'd get a random
Yeah.
encounter or like
Yeah.
almost to the high wind. Like
Yeah, I'm like, that's another thing. I'm trying to use as few steps as possible to get to where I'm trying to go because I know that's what triggers the next encounter. It's got to be based on a random number and the amount of steps I'm taking.
Mhm.
Because if you load, leave a room, come back, eventually you're going to get one at some point. And like Jay was saying earlier, like there's always going to be one in a certain spot. If you like, so it's got to be based on your amount of steps, I'm assuming,
Mhm.
or the distance you've traveled. So like bumping into stuff is annoying because now I'm like, well, now I'm going to have one sooner. That's
Yeah.
a little. I mean, this is like a nitpick thing, but it did happen to me pretty much constantly throughout the game.
I
And
just had one on the way to this dead end.
yeah, exactly. So like the way the map, I mean, yeah, the map is a drawing, but there's hidden paths that go throughout, right? Obviously, it keeps you on the track.
Mhm.
So sometimes they're not super obvious, but thankfully you have the pressing select and having the little red arrows telling you like where the doors are. But sometimes even
It's a
still, like
lifesaver.
I'm like running into the wall and I'm like,
Mhm.
shouldn't I be able to go under this, or am I not supposed to go this way? Or this is like in caves, it's bad where it's like I got to go underneath something, and I'm like, that's not intuitive at
Yeah.
all, you know. But like other than that, I mean, the controls is just pressing circle to select what you're doing. And it didn't take me long. At first, it was like very initially, it was confusing. But I know in Japan, circle and X are swapped like they are in North
Yeah.
America because X in North America means yes, But in Japanese writing, its circle is like yes and X is like no. So
Mm.
it felt like just playing a Nintendo game instead. It's like the A button was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
accept.
I think the Steam Deck version like fixed that for
Same with
me.
Yeah,
the
I
PS5
noticed.
version.
Because like
Mhm.
my A button was my like
Yeah, I noticed
Yeah.
that on you
action
guys'
button.
screenshots. Yeah, like your X, you had A and B and Y on your screen, Gabe,
Mhm.
whereas mine were just the original PS1 controls, whatever they were. Of course, the
Mhm.
Retro Pocket 5 or 3 has A B X Y, like Nintendo style.
But
So
we all know where those shapes
yeah, I
are.
know where they are. I don't.
Yeah.
It doesn't confuse me.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna say I did run into that, but not so much that it like hindered the game play for me or
Yeah,
anything. Like I said,
it
it's a
was
nitpicky
annoying.
thing, but it's annoying when it happens. And I will say it happens more often when you've got like it sped up also.
But yeah.
Because I would
Yeah.
have to turn off the speed sometimes to like be more exact in my
I would
movements.
usually, not fast forward running unless it was a straight line.
But I mean that just goes to like we're spoiled for having the 3x speed.
Yeah.
You know?
There would be, to your points too, there'd be a couple times where I'd like get to a ladder like within a room, the green arrow,
Yeah,
and I
Mhm.
just couldn't get on it.
yeah.
No matter like what I did, and I'd have to leave the room, come back, and then I could get on it. And
Oh.
one of the ways that I
I don't
failed
think I
last
ever had
time.
that problem.
Mhm.
They may have fixed stuff like that in the remaster
There
because it
are
happened to me a
some
lot.
updates like that, and also things like some items are mislabeled. Um, like they have like spelled wrong or stuff like that. They did fix. They kept the Eris thing. I don't know why they did that, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Combat is a big part of the game. Really, the
Mhm.
story is the main part of the game, but combat is kind of what the vessel for leading you through the story.
Mhm.
Obviously, random encounters are very prevalent throughout the game. That's just how JRPGs work. Sometimes they're annoying. Sometimes, like, they only annoyed me when I was near the end when I was really trying to get through. And sometimes
Yeah.
you'll hit a random encounter and like there's an enemy that's just like wallops you. I'm like,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
shouldn't be this
Yeah.
hard. I should just be
Yes.
able to breeze. Like all of a sudden, I'm like fast forwarding it because I'm like, oh, this shouldn't take this long, and then the cloud's dead, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
That happened to me too. A few
Some
times.
hero.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. Let me turn this off. They pay attention.
Yeah,
When I defeated Sephiroth, Cloud was a frog.
nice.
Yeah. Like I got the frog status like right before defeating him.
That being said, like the combat system is much more complex than a lot of other JRPGs. It's more complicated than just a regular turn based. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's more stuff going
Yeah.
on than I'm keeping track of. Like I'm not adept enough in it. Like there's the back row, there's the front row, there's like defending, there's
Enemies can also be like when a mob hits
behind
you,
you. Yeah.
yeah, they can be behind you, which means they took you by surprise, or they can like have surrounded you, which I
Mhm.
Right.
thought was really
I
cool.
thought
I
that
thought
was
that was
neat.
all
Yeah.
yeah, I thought that was all really cool. How you
Yeah.
can like vary like where in combat you're situated.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um but yeah, the combat did take me a minute to get used to, but once I got used to it, I liked it a lot. I like the timer now. When I
Yeah.
first got it, when I first started, I was like, "This timer fucking sucks." Like they're hitting me like 3 times before I'm even making a decision. I just
Mhm.
want my turn base back. But then once I got used to it, I was like, I actually appreciate this because it kind of creates an urgency
Yeah.
like to the
I
combat.
didn't know it did that at first, so I definitely got hit
Yeah,
with
yeah,
it.
And I'm pretty sure like your speed stat will just increase your timer, so there's
Yeah.
ways to like
Yeah.
strategize around the battle system.
Right. And there are skills that make you go faster or make your timer
Mhm.
go
Yeah.
faster as well. Gabe could pause on his version. I couldn't pause on my version.
yeah. I
Really?
could press
Mm.
start mid
Mhm.
combat to pause,
I
but
I couldn't do
That's
that.
weird that you couldn't because I could.
His version
oh,
is
really?
older than mine.
But mine's the oldest. That's
Oh.
Why
weird.
would yours
Oh.
not have autosave if it's newer though?
I don't know. There's two different versions of
They were like, autosave was
of
dumb.
I don't know.
Yeah. Now, characters are a big part of the game, obviously, story wise, but also party composition and combat wise. And they're like we
Mhm.
said before, there's 9 of them, and there's no like perfect party. I mean, I think there
For
are
half the
could be
game.
for yeah, there could be perfect parties for like certain enemies, but they're like you can look at a table of like who's the best at what, and almost everyone is the best at something. and everyone else is like, and they're also the worst at something. So you can kind of build the party how you want. And like I usually built like a healer and Cloud, obviously, and then someone that just did straight up a lot of damage. So like I said, I only did disc one, so I had Eris in my party the whole time, or I had access to her the whole time. And I usually had her in the party as a healer. Then I had Cloud, and then I usually would use Barrett or Red 13, and then I would. But when I got Vincent, I started using him as my second because I could put. There's a specific weapon, a gun he could get. It had a really high critical chance, and I paired it with that one materia that like makes it the death. It's the death blow one, so it
Mhm.
Oh
does
yeah.
if it hits it does like a ton of damage. So I just used that with him over and over again.
Okay.
But what about you guys? Like, what were your party compositions like and characters you guys played?
Mine was very similar to yours, so I still had Eris. I had her, Cloud, and I used Red 13.
Everything.
It's both.
Yeah.
It's a mistranslation.
Technically, it is
Supposed to be
Eris.
It's like the Varia suit in Metroid. It's supposed to be barrier suit. They mistranslated it. Sorry, go ahead.
But her
Yeah.
limit, like her heal limit, it was ridiculous. Like
Mhm.
that's how like I did a lot of grinding in my playing, and I just like she was really good for that. You could just get them like I don't know, you get your party all week from the grinding, and then she'd hit her limit and then heal most of the way back up, and you could just grind for a long time doing that.
Did you get Seal Evil too?
I
I
did.
did,
Yeah, Seal Evil's pretty
Mhm.
good too.
but
Yeah.
I just used her for her heal. Like it
Yeah.
was
Even when I had Aerith, I didn't really use her that much.
Yeah, I didn't use Aerith that
she's a
much.
good magic user. Like you could
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
She
for
is.
sure.
Then she dies, so I was like,
Yeah.
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 I'm like,
I don't know
I
about
figured.
that.
I mean,
didn't
I
wanna-
knew going in like that she was the death, so I was like, I'm gonna use her while I got her.
Mhm.
I was the opposite. I
Yeah.
was like, I'm not gonna pour any time into her.
So yeah. So
Which actually, Keith pointed something out. Even when your party members are not on your team, they're still gaining experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, they scale with
Yeah.
you. I noticed
Yeah,
that
Thank
just
God.
playing
Which is
which is
because
nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
they don't scale as fast, but they do
but
scale
they'll
up
keep
still.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. Not too far behind.
yeah. So
which
you
is
can
good.
get them up
So-
pretty good.
So yeah, when you're
pretty
trying
quick.
to grind them up, or when you're grinding limits, like Jay mentioned, there are limits in the game, which are super moves that each character can learn. There are 4 levels of limits. In each first 3 levels, each character can learn 2, except for some. Some are special, like Vincent and Kate Sith. Their numbers are different, but there are 4 levels for each. And to go from level 1 to level 2, you have to get a certain amount of kills with that character. And it has to be findables with that character specifically. So, a really fun thing to do is when you know that one of your party is about to die, but you want to get their limit for a completion trophy, is that you have to then uh, stop what you're doing and halt everything and just grind out those limits,
Yeah.
which is what I did. So
Yeah.
I'm like, well, fuck, I'm getting hers. So I might as well get everyone else's. So with the whole process of grinding everyone's levels, really beefed up my levels and money as well. So I didn't have, I had 0 money troubles going through the rest of the game after that, which was nice.
pretty easy to get money. Like
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
the encounters give you some pretty good change. I
Yeah,
noticed.
they do. And then but for the level 4 limits, which are like their big super moves, then that takes you have to find a special item and go through a little side thing to find each one for each character. So yeah, so it's worth it to go through to get each. I got Cloud. My final team that I was kind of rocked with was Cloud, Tifa, and Vincent. Vincent does the most magic damage, so I just threw a bunch of summons and the strongest spells on Vincent and just put him in the back row. Sephiroth did wipe him a few times because Vincent
Yeah.
has like no health, but
Yeah, his Vincent had like 1900 health
yeah,
at the end of the game, which is like nothing at that stage.
Yeah.
Sephiroth does like 6K in one hit, and like, oh
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
My team was actually the same for most of the game, which was Vincent, Tifa, and Cloud. Um, Early on, I used Red 13 and Barrett some, and then there's also a section of the game where Tifa and Cloud are both taken out of commission, and so you play as
Sid.
Sid. Sid's like the lead party member, and so during that, I did Sid, Red 13, and Vincent. Um, and that was fun. I would switch them out sometimes just to kind of mix things up a little bit, but for the most part, it was. I mean, that's pretty much the same thing. I had the same idea as Keith. The only thing is, I made Tifa my healer, So she was kind of like a striker and a healer. Tifa ended up being my strongest character at the end of the game. Like
I
my
just gave everyone
my
heal. Like,
my Tifa was
Yeah, I put
stronger than
all
my
heal
Cloud.
on. No matter who I had, I always put, because with materia you can pair moves so that you
yeah,
give them extra effects. So I put cure and revive all. I paired them both with all, so on Tifa, and then so just, hey, if anything happens, just do it.
it's just
There
one
are.
turn, and then
Mm,
like you got 3 characters, so like 1 out of the 3 turns to heal, to then
mm.
all attack is not too
Now,
shabby.
you guys didn't run into this, but there is a monster called a Malboro. Malboro is that's one of those staple creatures that's in every game. This piece of fucking shit has a move called Bad Breath, which our friend Tyler did translate. Malboro actually translates to bad breath. So it's like what it does. So what it does is it hits everyone and it gives you every negative status possible. Poison, frog, mini, silence. And I think paralyzed and confused as well. And literally every negative effect, negative status ailment you can have hits you all at once. So I didn't know that. When I first ran into that, I'm like, what the fuck is this? And all of a sudden, my party is super small and I only have like one Maiden's Kiss. So I had to use it. And then I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm still a frog. Or it just does it again. So I'm fucking stuck. Gabe was there. I was getting really,
Yeah,
I was like,
he
that was the
he
part I got
got
mad
pissed
at.
off. It
I
was
was
really
like,
funny.
so I was like, I don't
He
have,
was like,
I don't
"Oh,
have,
what the fuck? What is
it's
going
like,
on?"
and even if you like cure like the silence, and if you're silent and also a frog, it's like you can't, when you're a frog, you can only hit it. You can't do anything else. So like, if I'm only doing it for 1 damage, I'm like, okay, we're all hitting for 1 because we're also mini. It's like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, oh my god! I was like, and I talked to our friend Tyler, who's like big in Final Fantasy. I'm like, is this what is? Oh yeah, that's just the thing. That's
That's
just
just
how
That's
it
what he
what.
is.
Oh
does.
yeah, that's what. Now there is a caveat here. You can get that bad breath skill
Yes,
Mm,
with
there is a
the
material
enemy
called
skill.
enemy
enemy
skill.
Yeah,
enemy skill. Yeah, so you
yeah.
can
Yeah.
actually get that.
So you can
But also
grab.
by
Yeah,
that point in the game, when you're facing bosses and stuff, none of that doesn't work anyway. So what's the point? Because
Yeah.
none of those you can't turn Sephiroth into a frog, which would make
should
this
be
Yeah.
game a
able
10 out
to.
of 10 if you could do
Yeah,
Yeah.
that.
be able to turn him into a frog and punt him into outer space.
Right. So I had to use a smoke bomb to run away from the fight just to get out of it. But
I was like, "Did you figure it out?" And he's like, "No, I had to run away."
no, I ran.
So we can talk about materia specifically because materia system and weapons and armor are part of this discussion for materia,
Mhm.
but materia is like what makes the game what is it is the combat system. Like everyone has physical attacks
Mhm.
and stuff, but that's not really the bread and butter. It's the materia, and there's like crazy a lot of combinations you can do and like make kind of feels like nearly infinite builds of a
Mhm.
character with
Yeah.
different kinds of weapons. And each character has different weapons to do different things, and they have different materia you can use, all
Mhm.
this kind of stuff. So like it's I don't know. It's clearly it's not infinite, but it might as well be infinite when
Yeah.
it comes to
Right.
like the stuff the kind of party you could like make.
Yeah.
Even just on one character, you could do
Mhm.
so many different
Yeah.
things.
Right. And then different weapons have different growths on them. So materia gets more XP on certain weapons. There are also some weapons will have different slots, and some of those slots will be connected, so you can pair them up. But some of them will have more slots, but they're not connected, so they don't get any kind of extra bonuses added onto them. Some
Yeah,
weapons are super powerful, but have no slots on
yeah,
Something Keith didn't
them.
tell me till the end of the game is if you get your materia to 5 stars, it'll clone it, and so you get another one of those materias,
Oh, cool.
and to work up to 5 stars, and then to clone again. Like so, you can just that's just
Yeah.
another reason to grind. Like
Right. Exactly.
yeah,
You
Yeah.
can also sell them for like hella money if you wanted. Like
Yeah,
if you,
yeah,
if they get level 5, that's what you do. You sell them because they
yeah.
sell for crazy. And then, but there are also weapons with like double, triple growth. And then there are materia that gives you bonus experience for the materia. So like you're just like it all stacks up. So you just like go crazy with that.
I was really surprised with how much you could do with the materia.
Hmm.
Like for a
Yeah.
PS1 game too, but I mean, grand scale, that's what they say.
I would say, as far as the combat goes, it gives the game a lot of replayability
Hmm.
Yeah,
because
Yeah.
you
for
can
sure.
go through and to a completely
There's
different.
so many,
Yeah, there's just so much.
builds.
Yeah,
Yeah, right. And even because, like, you can put, because there are materia for attack spells, there are materia for summons, there are materia that change the effects of other spells, there are materia for enemy or for specific skills like steal or sense, which is tell
or
the
death
opponent's
blow, like you
HP and
said.
stuff like that. Death blow
Yeah.
or enemy skill. And then there's materia that just auto buffs you or does something automatically, like cover, which protects one of your teammates, whoever you put it on,
Hmm.
and then
Counterattack.
counterattack. Then there's
Mhm.
like HP plus, magic plus, MP plus. It's there's a crazy
And
amount of options there.
there's also one that lets you lure chocobos.
Yes,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and which is vital.
yeah, it is vital to the story.
One that lets you summons
Mhm.
chocobos.
Yeah,
It's true.
you can also summon a chocobo. There's also
Yeah.
one that lets you turn enemies into frogs as well, or
A
mini.
major status condition.
Yeah.
So the game also has like a ton of mini games
Yeah.
built into it. Like,
This game has everything.
yeah, some of them are literally just mini games, like at the Golden Saucer. But there's a lot of instances throughout the game where you're playing through the story, and there's some sort of like different mini game. There's like the first, I think the first one you really encounter is the motorcycle chase, and you're like swinging
Yeah, which is
left
a
and
lot of
Mhm.
right.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
I
you
did like
have
that.
yeah, like the mini games in the Golden Saucer, like I said. I don't know, there's
The-
probably more.
the tower defense game that broke Ryan's.
Yeah, broke my game, yeah. A lot more than like going on in this game than just being a straight up
At the end,
JRPG.
there's a submarine battle.
Mhm.
Your submarine dogfight.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I didn't like
Yeah.
that much, but I was just having a hard time with it. A lot of the mini games, if you have 3 times
There's
speed
even a
on, it
snowboarding minigame
increases
also.
the yeah, it
Mhm.
increases the difficulty a ton.
Yeah.
Just because you're a little out of control.
Mhm.
And then once you turn 3 times speed off, you're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
that was
Mm.
just fucking with me.
The Chocobo race is one. You can also bet on Chocobo races. That's
Yes.
another thing you can do. I didn't. Chocobo race was a little annoying. I had to redo it a couple times, but
Yeah.
there's like the mini game where you have to march in step
Yeah.
and move your gun in step.
You got the TV rating.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of them, and I will say like the optional ones are mostly like I tried them all, like the ones at the Golden Saucer. I would try them, but I was like, I'm not gonna keep investing any time into this. But the ones that you're forced to do were pretty cool.
Yeah. To get Cloud's best weapon, you had, or best his level 4 limit, you had to do the battle arena because they were selling it there. So first off, I had to bet on Chocobo races, and I had to look up a guy or look up on Reddit to say, hey, how do you bet on these? And look up the
Confusing.
precise betting, which one's the bet on, which one's the not bet on, stuff like that. And then and how the betting works also, because it does like 1, 2, but it's like
Yeah,
1 will get first and 2 will get second. It's not like odds thing. It really threw me
it's
off.
really
That was like
weird.
an odds thing. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So so you had to bet on Chocobo races to get enough points to then go into the battle arena. And the battle arena is they give you 8 fights, and then each fight you get they spin a wheel after you win one fight, and then whatever randomized wheel gets on the wheel, that it's a negative effect that happens to you.
To be
It's like,
honest, it's fucked. Like,
it's just shit ton of different effects. So
Yeah.
it's like they break your armor or they break your accessory, half your health, half your MP, lower your level by 10 levels, lower
turn
your
you
level by
into a
5 levels,
frog.
turn you into a frog, put curse on you so that you have a
Yeah.
60-second timer to win, or fucking poison you. It's like reduce or break all your material so none of your material works. It is
Yeah.
so fucked.
It's brutal.
So I will say for grinding limits, I did turn on God mode for that because I'm like, fuck all that.
The part that when you're forced to do it in
Yes. Right.
in the game, that's the only time I spent doing it to get the keystone.
Mhm.
And it doesn't matter how many rounds you win, you just, as long as you do it, you get it. But I
Yeah.
I only got to round 3 and I got paired up against a frog, and then the frog beat me. I mean, turned me into a frog and it beat me. Like I had some
yeah.
negative buffs too. I think it was like half
Get
like
frogged.
P or something, and something
Yeah.
else, some other negative buff. But I was like,
Yeah.
all right, okay, frog. We can talk about the difficulty of the game, which is also mainly that lies in the boss encounters.
Mhm.
Personally, I mean, like I said, I only finished the first disc, which means I only encountered two really difficult bosses, two or three. There's only two. Well, sorry, I guess there were three that I did have to like replay. So I got wiped.
Mhm.
The first instance was the scorpion in the
Reactor.
The Mount Coral
mount.
reactor.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. I got
Mm,
wiped
okay.
by him like twice. That wasn't that hard. And then the next one is in the Temple of the Ancients, the
Mhm.
ziggurat thing. There's that demon that comes out when you're trying to leave. That one took me a while. That was the hardest one I had. I died like multiple times. I got wiped.
To be
Yeah.
fair, like you fight Bahamut like right before that.
I think yeah, because I
You
got
fight the
the
dragon
summon.
or the
Yeah,
dragon
I got
release.
his summon. I
Mm.
used his summon on him.
Mhm.
That summon does like 2k damage in that
Yeah.
fight, but that's only like a fifth of his
Mhm.
like overall health. And then once that's burned up, everyone else's summons don't do that nearly as much.
Right.
So I was like bouncing back and forth with like heal this, heal. Actually, to be fair, I was following the guide,
Yeah.
and the guide was like, take all materia and all weapons and all armor that you care about off of Aerith because
Yes.
she's going to die in a minute.
What?
So it was like, so I did that fight with her having nothing on, like
Mhm.
nothing. She could do attack, and that was it.
Yeah.
No materia on her at all. So Cloud was my
Yeah.
healer, and I had Cloud and I had Vincent. So I was just bouncing back and forth between those two, and I had to like I used multiple Phoenix Downs. I used multiple like revive spells. Like it was just like I would get someone up, then they get hit in the head with a rock and they die again. And
Yeah.
finally I got through it, but it was tough. And
Yeah.
then the next boss I encountered was the Genova form for
Mhm.
Sephiroth at whatever that place is, the
City of the Ancients
City of
where
the Ancients.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that one wasn't as hard as that previous boss I talked about. They had a lot of health, but it maybe took 2 attempts, so not
Also,
that
I don't know
bad.
if you put it on, but you find like a water ring, or you can
Yeah,
find
yeah,
a
I did
water
use
ring.
that.
Yeah,
Yep.
Mhm.
that helps a lot with that fight.
Yeah. My guide
Which
said
I
that
guess the guide,
the
yeah.
the gatekeeper boss that comes out of the wall, that one that you're talking about, that's like the
Mm.
hardest boss in the game.
Is it really?
That's what yeah, the guy says like this is one of the hardest bosses in the
It was
series.
tough for like the amount of how was leveled at the time. I had mid 20s, maybe. I never grinded the whole game. I didn't spend any time grinding, so I wasn't super powerful in general. So, like, if someone could basically take 2 hits from even just that rock dropping spell, which is not his most powerful spell, and that was it.
Yeah.
Life comes at you fast.
I had Vincent. Yeah, I had Vincent, so I would always be wary of using his ult, hers limit, because once he
Yes.
does that, you can't do anything else to it. He
Yeah,
just
you
keeps
lose
doing it,
control
and
of
you
him.
can't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
you can heal him, but I would like hold off on that and just keep doing death blow over and over again. And I did, I think, use it eventually. I finally did like use the limit break because it's like, okay, whatever, we're probably getting close. And then he would attack. And I think I actually mistakenly loaded a save and had to do the fight again from like I actually mid boss fight save stated, which is a bad. I didn't do that much in this game. It's a bad practice for Duck Station, just not having multiple save state slots. So like, I'd have to go back to my earliest hard save, which I don't remember
Mhm.
how far away that was. So I was like, I have to beat this in this instance, or I'm gonna lose a lot of progress. But I got through that one, and then yeah, like I said, I got through the Genova one at the end of the first disc, and I actually started the second disc, and I did like one thing, and I was like, I'm not gonna get any further than this. But
Mhm.
what about you guys? What do you think about the difficulty? It could be a hard game. It's a pretty
It
hard
can be.
game.
It can be.
Yeah.
Even if you're not cheating like Gabe was, that I
I was about to
wasn't
say
doing.
I didn't cheat like consistently. I cheated to like I turned on God mode to speed things up. I would turn it on in the overworld. I wouldn't turn it on in the dungeons. I would turn it on to grind. Um, I actually turned it on for that wall demon thing because I was like, I just fought Bahamut. I don't want to deal with this right now. But I was like, so I'm just going through this. But the bosses that I did fight, I mean, some of them were difficult, yeah, but the hardest boss fight for me was the first one, which was in the reactor against the robot that, like, comes down on you. Because I
Yeah,
was like trying to figure out how to do combat. Because up until that point, you're just basically attacking, and that's it.
yeah,
Um, like I was like, I he's like shooting lasers at me. I don't know what to do, and it like
Those
gave a
lasers
note of
hurt
like
too.
only attack when his tail's up or something like that, which you don't get
But
for
yeah,
any
yeah.
other
Oh
boss.
yeah,
They're the whole
right.
game. They're never like, "Hey, do this again."
Hmm.
Which I thought was interesting that they were like, "Here's a strategy for this boss," but then they
Yeah.
like for the rest of the time they're like, "Figure it out."
Yeah,
But
it's up to you. It's up to you, buddy.
Sometimes
Yeah.
this boss just starts counting down, and then you don't know what's gonna happen when it hits 0.
yeah.
Yeah.
But there's like some like I cheesed a couple bosses with God mode. Like there's a point in the game where the Earth releases something called weapons, and they're based on gems. It's like diamond, emerald, ruby, sapphire, and
And
they're
then
the, like
ultimate.
the suit. Yeah,
Pokemon.
they're the super
Oh
bosses
yeah.
of the game. Yeah, yeah, they're the like super bosses of the game that you can like you just do them if you want. You have to fight
Optional
one of them.
super.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
uh,
fight 2 of them through the story. But
but yeah, Ultima, you fight too,
yeah,
right?
you
Yeah,
fight 2 of them, but they're like story battles and you don't actually beat them. They just leave. And then 2 of them are actually killed through the story, and then you get and go kill the other those kill
yeah,
the others if you want.
yeah. So I didn't cheese the Ultima weapon because didn't realize it was also a weapon. But I did the diamond
Mhm.
weapon because I was like, I don't want to spend it's like I'm like near the end of the story and I'm like, I don't want to spend a lot of time like trying to fight this boss. But I don't know, yeah, I didn't cheese as much as like you may think I did, but I did cheese it some.
I enjoyed the bosses.
Trying to get through the
They
game.
were and yeah, they were challenging. A lot of them are, except for like Genova specifically. Pretty much every boss you run across, and I guess the weapons too, a lot of them are susceptible to poison. So if you put him with poison, like that really just solves a lot of your problems.
Yeah,
So
get your thing up to Bio
Just
3.
like real life.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
A lot
but
of them are immune to fire or get healed by it. That's another thing I
yes,
Yeah.
noticed.
yep, that too. Yeah.
Hitting a boss with like a crazy magic spell and then it like heals it. I'm like, are you serious? Really?
Well, if it's shooting fire at you, why would you shoot fire at it? So,
I don't remember if Jay talked about this while we were recording, but he mentioned doing sense and then like reloading the save state so that he knew this like weakness. um, I never thought about doing that, but good
Yeah,
strategy,
I
honestly.
just
Yeah,
ignored.
not
I
too
ignored
shabby.
sense.
Yeah, like okay, now I know the weakness. I'm gonna go and prepare.
it's good. Yeah. Nah,
You're
just
gonna
trial and
win.
error. You'll get it. Or just throw all your summons on one character and just have them
Or if
just
you're like Keith, you'll
go
just get
crazy.
it the first time. Like he beat Sephiroth like first try, which I
First
thought
Hmm.
was
try,
nuts.
baby.
Because
What
even
can I
like
Okay.
say?
I used God
I'm
mode
a,
on
I'm a,
Sephiroth because I was
I'm
like,
a real gamer.
that was Sephiroth was one where like I'm literally at the end of the game. I'm just gonna use God mode here and
Yeah.
like see because I was like, what I'm gonna do is watch Keith actually do it. So I'm not gonna put myself through
He's
this
a
right now.
real gamer,
Yeah,
does it, fellas?
Yeah.
It was stressful. I was like, fuck.
yeah. Like I said, we were both like yelling. I was like
Yeah.
yelling at him to do stuff. Um,
One problem that kind of did have with combat is that sometimes when you want to do a skill, when you do a skill or attack or anything, you can target anyone. You can even target yourself. You can
Oh
target
yeah, yeah. Friendly
the
fire is a
you
thing.
can do friendly fire. You can also heal the enemies. You can also, if you
yeah,
wanted to. So sometimes when I try to heal
I
someone
saw it
or
during the Sephiroth.
or res them, I would accidentally, because the camera angles, it's hard to tell where the pointer is
Right.
pointing
Yeah.
on. So a lot of times I'd be trying to heal someone else, but I would heal myself or Aerith instead, or when I've had her in the party or
Yeah.
Tifa. I was like, fuck. So that's why you got to put the group heal on just to avoid that problem. Gabe saw it. I fucking used revive on Sephiroth accidentally. So it didn't work, but I still wasted that turn because I was trying to fucking bring someone else up and actually used it on him, even though there is actually a boss in the game where you use healing spells and to actually do damage to it, which is a fun little twist.
Yeah,
I killed it I beat it with the Phoenix down, which is fun. But
Yeah.
but yeah, that was kind of an annoying thing of just like the targeting who you want to hit, because the camera angles would kind of make it not clear on which character you're on with the pointer. So mm,
because the camera moves a lot during combat.
it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah,
It does. A lot of dynamic camera angles and
yeah,
shots. And when you're doing a
yeah,
summon, you can't like target
Cinematic.
anyone
yeah.
because there's
Hmm.
a big cinematic going on. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, do we want to move on to get close to wrapping this up and then talk about our rapid fire favorite section, least favorite section, and one thing you'd change? How about you, Jay?
Yeah, I touched on it right at the
Let's go in
beginning.
order of who finished it the most, or least.
No,
Sorry.
we're good. Yeah. Let's do
Yeah.
that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
From what I did play, I just really enjoyed the world itself. Like I said earlier, just traveling the overworld, talking to all the people in every town, just seeing the towns from the overworld, then going into the the zoomed in version, getting all the details, just talking to the shopkeepsies in the hotels, being a normal
Mhm.
citizen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the big
No,
sword.
just
Yeah.
anytime it's a PS1 game, I feel like I'm going to say just like exploring the world is my favorite part
Yeah.
of it. And
Mhm.
this has a big one of that, so that was fun for me. And I will probably, it's a long game. Depending on what we get on this wheel, I'd love to finish it. But
Mhm.
we'll see what happens. It's a big commitment.
Yeah. You can learn the story, see if Aerith
It's
really
definitely
dies or
worth
not.
it,
If we were
though.
just making jokes about
I
it.
think so too. Yeah, I'd love to just put this on my resume.
Yeah.
Beat Final Fantasy VII.
I'm a real gamer now.
My first Final Fantasy.
Yeah. As far as me, favorite section, as far as actual gameplay story section, like story sections, I actually did like the part where you're sneaking on, you're pretending to be a soldier and you're
Yeah.
like
Oh,
going
yeah.
to the step. Like
Mhm.
that part stuck with me as being one of the funnier parts of the game.
Mhm.
Um, and like I would say I like one of my favorite things about the game is like the depth of the materia system. Not that I ever really fully grasped it because I didn't spend a lot of time. I mean I looked at some guides about what to pair and but I think I missed some early game that I should have
Mhm.
grabbed somehow, like just didn't go off screen
Mhm.
somewhere to pick it up. So
Mhm.
that was kind of annoying that I didn't have them. I'd have to go super far back to get them if it's even possible to get some of them anymore.
A lot of times, if you miss something early, you could just buy it later. Mhm.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
My least favorite section of gameplay was, well, first of all, we have the that boss I was telling you about, the really hard one.
Mhm.
And then but other than that, the train graveyard part of Midgar, which is pretty early on in the game, and you like have to
Yeah.
move a train and slide this one in this way. And
But
I was like, it
yes.
was really confusing. I was like, what am I supposed to, and that select button showing you where the doors are and ladders didn't help that much. So I was like,
Yeah.
what? I was just walking around and like, do I go in this one? It took a long time. It was
I
just, that was
stumbled
an
into
annoying
that one.
part.
I was like, I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, you had to like move two different trains, I think. But
Yeah. Right.
yeah, so that was probably my least favorite like section of what I played. One thing I would change, the only really annoying part is party management and when it comes to materia and weapons. So you didn't touch on this, but you only ever have 3 people in your party, and you can only change your party members on the world map. You can't. It's called something called the PHS. Is what it's like a phone. It lets you change it lets you change your party members, and so whoever you're rolling with, your 3, you can't change if you're in a town or if you need to, like a lot of times when you're trying to do something specific in an upcoming battle, you can't swap. So if you accidentally
You have
lock
to
your
run back to a save point. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, if you
Mm-hmm.
accidentally lock your materia on someone else, and like when you get to a section, there's lots of times in the game where you have to play with a specific character in your party. So there's a section where you got to play with Red 13, there's a section where you got to play with Barrett, section where you got to play with Eris, Aerith.
Mhm.
And so
Mhm.
I like if I wasn't using those characters normally, I'd have to go swap off all the materia from the other character, then swap back the party again, and just had to put them all in. Like, of course, I'm not using the same consistent like placement of materia each time either. I'm forgetting where they were. I'm like, oh, I guess I'll
Mhm.
give this person this one. I wish that was a little bit simpler. I wish there was an easier way to just take it all off. And there's like a couple times where you can do that. In like the very beginning of the Shinra building, it's like press square to take everyone's materia away. And I was like, all
Yep.
right, sure. It'd be cool if that was an option throughout the
Yeah.
game to
Right.
just move it all off, because like you're always shuffling it around based on what you're doing at the time. So that's the one thing I would change. I'm sure it's not like that in the modern version, the remake of the game, like the updated
Yes, it
graphics and
can.
everything. Yeah, maybe it is. I don't know.
It's
But
worse.
Yeah.
all right. What about? I think Gabe, you finished first. So, but you guys both finished. So who goes next?
I think I'll go first because Keith actually finished
I
it.
finished it
Yeah,
more
he
than
finished
Gabe
All
it
right.
did.
Well,
better in a
yeah.
better manner. I I really liked. It's gonna sound fucked up. I liked the whole secret sequence where Aerith dies. Like I even though I knew it was
Wait,
coming,
what?
yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I knew it was coming, it was still like I mean, you could feel the emotional weight of the whole scene and everything. I just really liked that section of game. I thought they did it really well. Um, I don't know, it had a lot of emotional weight, even though I knew it was gonna happen.
Mhm.
So I thought they executed that really well. The music's great. Everything's great about that. The end of disc one. My least favorite part. Oh, there's a part where you're climbing the mountain. It's not that big of a deal, but
Oh yeah.
I just remember getting pissed off because I was like, I wasn't looking at the. A lot of the time, I wasn't. Keith was like right ahead of me, so I wasn't looking at the guide. I was just asking him, "Hey, what do I do here?" And so there's this part where you have to climb the mountain and you have to stop on the ledge and warm yourself up, and then climb up the mountain, which gives you enough time to climb to the next ledge and then warm yourself up. And I hit like a crossroad, and I was like, "Hey, Keith, what do I do next?" And he like took too long to answer me, and so I froze to death, and I had to start all the way over. It was like close to the top, and I was like, that was just a little thing that like I got pissed off. But I mean, that's not really a problem with the game. So, but I mean, that's just like the most thing that I was like, Keith didn't answer me fast enough.
Sorry, I didn't cheat
Yeah,
for you.
yeah, um,
I was too focused on
yeah.
my own thing.
If I had anything to change, it it wouldn't really be much about the game. I just wish I had more time personally to actually enjoy the game. I really wanted to complete it because I really wanted to see the whole story and be able to talk about all that. But I mean, this is a game where I think I'll probably play it again at some point because I want to play it like it should be played, like without the god mode, maybe 3 times speed because there are some really slow parts. But yeah, I don't know. I wish we had this game a different month where like things were more relaxed or something. Um, because I would have really liked to like looking back experienced it properly. So that's
Thanks a
I'd
lot,
say that'd
Jacob.
be yeah. I'd say that'd be
Thanks,
my
Jacob.
Yeah.
answer.
I got to play this. Thanks, Jacob.
Yeah. Keith, what about you?
So I think my favorite part of the game would be honestly, I think so. There's a point where you're Cloud and Tifa, and you both fall into the life stream, and that's the point where you go through Cloud's subconscious and you try and figure out everything that's going on and figure out exact everything that happened. And honestly, that whole section where you're like going through Cloud's, his history and like seeing what made, like I mentioned before, like what made him want to become a soldier in the first place, and everything there, and his relationship with Tifa and everything. It was like, wow, it's really, and like we learn what really happened. It really makes Cloud an amazing character. I'm like, oh, this is great. Like why he did what he did, and it's like, oh, why he is the way that he is because he wanted to become a soldier because he wanted the girl to notice him. Something as simple as that because he wanted to protect this girl that he knew. It's like, oh, because he couldn't do it when he was a kid. When he came back and he kept his promise, he helped her out when she needed him. And he fucking stabbed Sephiroth. It's like, oh man, it's like he killed Sephiroth or killed, but and then he kills him again later. So it was like, oh fuck, this is great. And learning all that, that was an amazing story moment. It's like, oh fuck, man, this is beautiful stuff. I love this game. I was like, fuck, this is great. I had a really great time with this game.
That's
Uh,
funny because that's the other thing I was debating for my favorite
mm,
section. It was like
yeah,
between that and I was like, I don't know. Eris' death is devastating.
it
So
is. It
I
is
gotta bring it
also.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'd say my least favorite is the Malboro. I fucking hated that thing. That was a real fucking kick in the dick that I was not expecting. um, that's yeah, I didn't know that was in that. I didn't know this was even possible. I was like the guide, by the time I got there on the guide, it already happened to me. I'm like, oh well, thanks a lot, guide. Fuck that. I'm like, fuck, man, this is really annoying. Status ailments are a real pain in the ass in this game. So
They are.
there's a
Each one is
there's
like
a
extreme.
yeah, it's like
You notice mine and
they can
Keith's
really kick your
least
ass.
favorite part was someone else not telling us about something
Yeah, that's
fast
true.
enough.
There is an accessory called a ribbon, which protects you from all status elements, but
Yeah,
like
I have that.
yeah, so
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
it's really fucking good. So it's like, but yeah, because like you really need because like yeah, the status elements can really kick your ass. Also, confusion is really funny because your character is spinning
Yeah,
in a
he's
circle.
spinning in a circle, yeah. There's a point during the Sephiroth fight where Keith's Vincent was spinning in a circle. I was like, "What are you doing, man? Come on,
This is a
focus."
big moment happening.
Yeah, this is the
Get your
end. This
shit
is the last
together,
fight.
Vincent.
I think one thing I'd change, as much as I like the camera angles and dynamic kind of stuff, I think it'd probably be easier if you could, when you're trying to target something, if a little mini menu popped up and you could just pick what you want to hit. That would be just make things a lot easier for like healing or attacking or anything like that, because that would just make things a lot easier, so you wouldn't waste turns trying to revive a boss as it's killing you. So
That's
Yeah.
actually a good note because during the first phase of Sephiroth's fight, he's got like 5 different parts you can target.
yeah, so, yeah, so like,
So
okay, which part do I hit? Which
yeah,
one's your
yeah.
yeah?
But
Aim
yeah,
for
in
the head.
general idea of yeah.
Yeah.
Which
You
head? He
actually
has
want
like
yeah,
two.
yeah, he's got
he
2
has a core.
heads.
He has a
Yeah,
core and a head.
and
Which
you
one
wanna
do I
aim for the cord.
hit?
A couple of you have already mentioned, at least Keith and Gabe. Well, maybe not Keith. Keith, would you play it again since you've played it once? Or do you think you see yourself playing it in the future?
I'm going to continue to play it because I want to get all the trophies in the
Ah,
game.
Nice.
I'm not normally a
Yeah.
trophy guy. Sometimes I am. Sometimes when the mood strikes me, I'll get a platinum. Our friend Tyler is all about trophies, but when the mood strikes me, I'll go for it. But I do want to go through and actually platinum this game because I want to see everything that it has to give. Because even with the time crunch that we were kind of on, because we were kind of getting down to the wire here. Gabe's dogs are jumping on my couch. Um, I still really enjoyed the game. I was still able to really get a lot out of this game. I really enjoyed it. So now I want to experience all of it. I'm not going to play the remake. I still don't really have any interest in playing that, but I can now kind of go into it now appreciating more the remake and also understanding more what people complain about with the changes that the remakes make.
Yeah.
And being like, oh, and wow, how are they going to cover all this in the remake? Like, what are they going to do with the snowboarding game? That'll be interesting to see how they make that work. So, or the submarine bit. There's like so much stuff that happens because remake is broken up into 3 games. Rebirth, which is the second one, that ends with Aerith's death. Now, for me and Gabe, like, for people who don't know, Aerith dying is very early in the game,
Yeah, it's
relatively
like
speaking.
halfway through the game.
So, like, there is a
Yeah.
shit ton of game left after that happens.
You've
So,
split it
I
up
don't
into
know.
3 games, and you're saving the second half of the original game for the 3rd game.
Yeah,
I don't know if
I
they're
mean,
doing 3 or not actually, but
I
I think that's
assume
it's
it'd be a
yeah.
3. It's
trilogy.
been
Yeah.
3. Yeah, it's a trilogy. So like, I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do. I mean, it'll be fun to see, but now I have like I said, I have a greater understanding of stuff and being like, oh wow, that looks. I remember that scene now. I remember this scene from the original game, how they making it look in this game now. Oh, okay, that's cool. Not gonna. But after I platinum the game, I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna replay it, but I will get as much fun as I can out of it.
Yeah. Gabe, you already said you would you'd probably play it again. If not, yeah, like at some
Yeah.
point, just maybe keep playing it now.
Yeah, maybe keep playing it. I don't know so much about keep playing it now, but this is a game I'd like to revisit. Maybe this is a game I'd like to play with my kids some or something when they're older and old enough to appreciate it.
Aerith dies, Dad.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's a good game. I I want to say I will. I maybe, but I like the idea of playing it again at the very least. I'm not gonna like say I'm definitely gonna play it again, but it. I'd like to
The
for
concept
sure.
of it.
Yeah, concept of playing Final Fantasy again excites me.
What about you, Jay? Would you finish it?
I at least want to finish it the one time. I had the past 2 months has been a time crunch with my moving and all that. So I unfortunately didn't get as much time with this as I wanted. And well, I mean, I did put 40 hours in the game, so I did put a lot of
It's
time
not
in the game.
nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. But I still was only on disc 1 at the end of the month. So I was just doing what Keith wanted to do first.
Yeah.
So I plan
Yeah.
to continue to play the game and get this story finished. I'd like to put this in my resume, like I said earlier. It's a good one to have completed. So I at least want to complete it.
Hell yeah.
That is the goal.
As far as me, because I'm the only one that hasn't answered so far. It did really. So I wasn't before we had this started this recording. I probably would have said no. I'm not going to finish it, and I definitely won't play it again. But you guys are trying. You, Keith, and Gabe are selling the story pretty good, so I might. But it really depends on what the next game of the month gets rolled is.
Right,
If it's
that
something
makes
that
sense.
takes up a lot of time, I
Yeah.
probably won't come back to it. And even if I'm being honest with myself, I probably just won't come back to it at all. I probably won't finish it. I could look up the story ending and be somewhat satisfied with how it ends and knowing what happens. Of course, playing it would be better. I don't see myself ever like 100%ing or doing all the side quests or stuff like that. I'm not opposed to like checking out the remake because it's just visually so much, it's like I've seen clips of it and stuff, and like I know where that happens in the original, so it'd be interesting to
Yeah.
see it in the remake version. I don't know if I'll ever spend the time, with that as well, though, just because I'm not much of a JRPG fan. Final thought. I might finish it, and if I do finish it, I probably won't play it ever again because, like, I have a lot of the things I've said so far. I've been like, yeah, this is good. I like this part. I like this. I like that. But like to me, as an overall experience, it's like it's just been okay. I didn't hate it. I didn't dislike it. I liked it more than I thought, but it's just not my style of game. I don't have an interest in grinding levels to get more stuff. It doesn't appeal to me, and the story seems interesting enough to maybe continue, but I don't know that I will, just depending on what we roll here in just a minute.
Apparently the remakes also they kind of do a similar thing as like the re-releases of the original. They do like they've like updated it now to have like bonus stuff like no encounter or not no encounters, but like bonus XP or boost and stuff like that. So I don't know if that would make a difference.
Yeah, that's actually something. Yeah, maybe not even having to worry about random encounters. Then you're just playing story, which is fine. I mean, a game that's a story is fine. That's
the remakes
different kind of thing.
It's like a totally different like kind of style in terms of like how you fight or just what you run into. Just like
right. Well, we can find out if we'll be Jay and I will be finishing this next month or not. We can move on to.
Don't worry, my games are short, so except for Tomb Raider, I guess. But once I win again, we'll.
Tomb Raider's
mine are short,
somewhat short.
All right,
mine
so
are short enough.
I've added the two newest games on here, which are IQ Intelligent Cube and Silent Hill 2 for the PS2. That one's from Lance, and IQ is Jacob's
good old Jacob
re-edition of his game. So I'll scramble this a little bit and cover what we have on here. Super Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, ActRaiser, WWF SmackDown 2, Know Your Role, Diablo, Demon's Crest, Shadow Tower, Medieval, Final Fight, Shantae, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Metal Wars, Silent Hill 2, Intelligent Cube, and finally Tomb Raider. I hope it's not Tomb Raider, but we'll see. All right, you guys ready?
Get ready for Keith to win again.
All right, this is the best part of the show.
Hey. It's still as loud as before. It's really great.
No way. Okay, not. It's gonna stay. It's gonna stay.
It's stopping.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Nice.
Game. Metal Warriors.
I will not be buying this one physically because this is like $300.
Really?
Dang.
It's ridiculous.
Sick. This is awesome.
Metal Warriors for the Super Nintendo.
This is a game Ryan sent me on Instagram, and I looked at it, and he sent it, and he's like, "You should pick this." And I looked at it, and I watched the gameplay, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna pick this. This looks awesome."
Oh,
it's like a mech suit side scroller.
It's like a Ryan and Gabe game.
It's
they
like
both won, and Jay
it's like
has
if
won
the Iron Man game Keith chose was good. I played the first.
So another good game that we played. Okay.
I played the first couple levels of this a year or two ago, just when I was like starting to get into like cart collecting and all that. And this was one of like the underrated gems that was on a
Nice.
bunch of YouTube videos. So of course I looked
Yeah,
it up,
yeah.
and it is way too expensive. So I'm just looking on eBay right now. The cheapest authentic I can find right off the bat is 400.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Well, Jay's rich, so he'll get
Wow.
that.
Yeah.
He'll get
No,
that.
no, no.
Yeah.
Complete in box.
He said yes. He said yes.
Complete in box is 2,000 right now. I don't know if that's sealed or not.
Holy
It
shit.
doesn't look sealed. Yeah,
That's a drop in the.
You think
That's a drop in the
that-
bucket for old
that is not
I was
John
gonna say
Boy.
sealed.
probably not, but I was gonna say you think you could go to like your local retro game store and find somebody who doesn't know the value of it, but
Nah.
I don't
Not
think
No.
anymore.
Something like
The
that.
secret's
Yeah,
out. The jig's
they're-
up.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
probably not. I was gonna say pawn shop, but I feel like pawn shops don't sell anything like
Yeah,
this.
Maybe
you know they're
McKay's.
looking those games
McKay's
up
will
now.
sometimes have like super expensive stuff for cheap, but
Yeah. This one apparently is 4 hours to beat. So
Right
there's time to play
on.
the rest
Yeah.
of Final
Yeah,
Fantasy.
I can do
yeah,
that.
plenty of
Oh
time.
yeah, that's
I've
awesome.
never heard of this.
What a
game
good
before.
change of pace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, a quick, fun little side scroller where you get to control a mech and control a little guy.
Little guy. Yeah.
You like control the mech and like the pilot can hop out. And I guess there'll be sections where you control him as too, from what I saw. But it looks fun.
This looks like the Sasabi from Char's counterattack. So I'm gonna talk about this mobile suit Gundam
Oh,
stuff.
yeah,
yeah. That's cool.
Mecha. Yeah. Also wanted to mention, if you haven't watched our latest episode, our Creep Talk episode, the first one we put out, check that out. And
Chatting
also,
creeps.
yeah, I'm gonna say I'm actually not sure if the scoring, like, so the high score challenge thing, right? I'm not sure if that'll be closed by the time this comes out. I think it will be, because we'll have started recording the next Creep Talk episode. But for the future, at least, check out that that feature we're starting up. It'll be live by the time you're hearing this. There'll be a channel on the Discord where you can post your high scores. And so this first one was Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire version. So play that. I mean, if it's past time, then don't worry about it. Play the next one. But check out the high score challenge. That's something that we're going to start implementing and talk about on the secondary, the other videos that
Which
we're putting
only
out.
me and Keith will be in next time.
Yes,
since we're
per the
only ones that
rules of
beat.
the mini
Yeah.
episodes, only me and Gabe because we finished. So.
Yep.
But Ryan will still have to edit.
I was just saying, you guys can edit it too. That's also why another big reason I didn't finish Final Fantasy VII is because we recorded this last episode, our last episode about Resident Evil, right? And that's when we learned we're playing Final Fantasy. So in that time span between then and now, I edited this video. Keith and I recorded another video, and I edited that video too, all before this game. Today, like, recording for this, because actually that episode is coming out today in real time.
Now you've got a nice, simple 4-hour game to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time
Courtesy
on
of
the
me.
grind. Yeah. So Gabe will have
Stay creeping.
also coming up with his 3 choices for his next game of
for
the month.
you all to vote on.
Yep. Anybody in the Discord can vote. You don't have to be a member of the Patreon. If you are a member of the Patreon, you get early access to these videos. So you'll see them 2 days before. They'll always drop on Tuesdays. Normally they'll drop on Thursdays for everyone else. You can also, if you're an Ultra Creep, like we said before, you can put your own game on the wheel. Do you guys have any final thoughts on Final Fantasy VII?
We didn't say if it holds up or not, and I want to say I think it does.
It does. I would say it does.
Yeah. I think it does.
Definitely. I think JRPGs often hold up just because of the way the games play.
That's
It's
true.
like a timeless style.
Yeah.
It does feel old, but it's a JRPG, so it just kind of, the formula is there. Like, it works regardless of the age.
Old but polished.
Yeah. You just have little nitpicks about movement and vision. Like, the visuals are obviously of the time, and they're fine for the time, but the little things like I talked about, the materia thing and just party organization, that stuff would be fixed in a newer game,
Right.
probably.
Yeah.
But for its time, I think, and even now it still holds up, and like, I might finish it, but I probably won't.
I have a real shot this month with this 4-hour game, so I'm excited.
Well, Jay's gonna spend all his money, buying it first, and then he's gonna play it.
So we'll have to work overtime to make up for.
So he's gonna run himself ragged. That's why he's gonna have to buy it. Super.
I only got
versions.
30 minutes in, fellas.
All right. Well, you guys probably know where to find us, but if you don't, you can find us on YouTube at Cart Creeps, Spotify at Cart Creeps, also on Apple Podcasts. You can find
Mhm.
us on Instagram and TikTok as well. We post some shorts and reels and stuff like that every once in a while. Thanks for listening, and join us next time for Metal Warriors on the Super Nintendo.
Stay creeping, everybody. Play the outro. Play it. Play it. Play
Hit
it.
Nope. I'm gonna leave a big space.
Oh no!
Silence.
After my great bit, or after my great line. Oh, that's a killer.
Yeah.